back, man. Hit that like button, share the live, man. Got to share the live. Butter the building. The realest butter out. Lucky BCR though. What it is, we back, baby. Yeah, we gotta talk about Fat Joe, man. What's up, Les? We got to talk about Fat Joe, yo. Yo, Fat Joe is out of control, yo. Like, yo, he is ruining his legacy, man. What it is, East Baltimore, Kenny in the building. Fuck it is, man. Yo, Fat Joe is ruining his legacy. Like, yo, this nigga is on anybody that'll listen. yo, he's giving these wild stories to anybody that'll listen, yo. Like, yo, this nigga Fat Joe gotta be stopped. Like, yo, this shit is crazy, yo. Yo, this shit is crazy. Hey, yo, we gonna go through what it is. Baltimore Big Man, what it do? Yeah, we gotta go through some of these stories, yo. We gotta go take a flashback, yo, cause this shit is out of control. Like, yo, it's just one story after another after another after another. Yo, if you let Fat Joe tell it, Fat Joe is one of the most ruthless gangsters that ever come out of New York. Yo, he got to be, yo. I don't think nobody on Fat Joe level, yo. Straight up, man. That nigga is ruthless. I'm talking about from the ground up. You know what I mean? This nigga started early, man. This nigga started early. I'm talking about 4 or 5 years old. Like, when that nigga came out the womb, they like, man, he gonna be a gangster. One of the realest. Yo, y'all gotta hear some of these stories, y'all. What's up, JB? Yo, this nigga is out of control, yo. Like, he gotta be stopped. Somebody got to stop him, yo. Like, yo, I couldn't sit around on them little rants. I just asked more questions. You know what I mean? Because I'm the type of person, right? When you catch somebody lying, the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What, a cicada? I know cicadas is out. But when I catch a person lying, I like to see how far they gonna take it. I do. I ain't gonna lie. I like to see how far he gonna take it, yo. I'm gonna ask question after question after question after question. You feel? See how far they willing to go to convince me that this lie is the truth. That's just how I am, yo. Like, if I was sitting on a podcast with Fat Joe, he would have to explain that shit. I want in-depth details. Who was there? What happened? You heard me? What time was it? I needed all that shit, man. Yo, for real. I think I picked that up. Yo, them niggas in the joint lied to you. Yo, you gotta do that to people, yo. It's funny though. Like, that's how I used to kick my bit. I used to kick my bit, listening to lies, questioning people all their lies to see how far they go. And I just be sitting back like, yo, this thing, it's no way this nigga think. It's no way this nigga think I believe this. Like, ain't no way. Like, he can't believe I'm this fucking stupid or gullible. Yo, but Fat Joe is out of control. We got a Charleston White back Conan again. I mean, I don't think he ever stopped, but, you know, he's on his Conan streak. We're going to talk about that. Gilly responded to Charleston White. I told you, if I was Gilly, I'd have got Charleston White touched. Gilly a better man than me. Salute to Gilly for being a great man, yo. Because ain't no fucking way I'd be sitting around letting that nigga keep disrespecting my motherfucking child that passed. I'd be on his ass. Yeah, yo, Fat Joe was ruthless, JB. You ain't heard? You ain't heard the stories? Oh man, we gonna go through some of them. You gotta hear the stories, y'all. Like this nigga Fat Joe started early. You heard me? He told a story about when he was 5 years old and went to the barbershop. You said, what the fuck? Those mad little strange bugs out here, y'all. What the fuck is that? That bitch just flew. Oh man, fucking cicada done got in the house, bitch. God. This fucking crazy flying motherfuckers. Hold on, man. Bitch. Yo, how the fuck am I gonna kill this fucking cicada? Look at this bitch. Hold up, y'all. Gotta try to kill this cicada. I know the bitch. Hold up, y'all. Gotta kill this motherfucking cicada. Hey, shut your ass up. You couldn't even kill a goddamn groundhog. Shut up. Damn, where the fuck that bitch going? Yo, shut your ass up. Okay, y'all. Wait. Yeah, Charles White gotta be stopped, yo. I'm sick of Charleston Whitehead pushing all this bullshit. The crazy thing about it, you would thought him and Gilly would be close friends. The way they both side with the motherfucking white man. You'd have thought them niggas would have been player partners. You heard me? They both be on the same shit. So it's certain extent, man. So y'all want to go through Fat Joe lives first, or do y'all want to go to motherfucking Charleston White and Gilly? Y'all don't forget, y'all. I'm still collecting everybody's cereal money too, y'all. Don't forget. So far, yo, we got $10. We got $10 donated to the Keep It G News /Rex program. the Keep It G News /Rex program, yo. We got Chelsea donated $10. We got a long way to go, because I just found out that black people spend $30 million on General Mills products a year. And if we can donate that, we can build rec programs all across the United States, man. We got that from Umar Johnson. This is Umar Johnson inspired. I mean, Umar Johnson inspired me to this. Oh, God. Yo, so listen to this story, y'all. Fat Joe says one of his barbers told him that he was going to be a leader after Fat Joe made 20 kids wait outside of a barbershop while he got his hair cut when he was 5 years old. yeah, this nigga, like, there was no way, yo, this nigga is crazy, yo. Yo, why is he doing this? And why is Fat Joe? Yes, Umar Johnson inspired. Hey, Charlotte, I don't know if you was here yesterday, but we donating. I mean, we collecting everybody's cereal money for the month. I mean, Umar Johnson wants your grit money. I want your cereal money. Yeah, but listen to this nigga though, man.
It's like this real live, real nigga, but that never really had a crew. A pistoleros. He didn't have a crew. I had an army since I was in kindergarten, bro. I'm telling you.
Listen to him.
I got a story.
Listen to him. He said that kindergarten. Like, yo, Jada probably be like, yo, this nigga is crazy. I could hang with him. Don't get me wrong. I could trip off these type of niggas, but I can't hang with him. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way he could be my friend. Like, he'd just be a person that, like, if I was in the joint, When I'm bored and I ain't got shit to do, I track them down, get a good story out of them. You know what I mean? Then go on about my day.
He rest in peace, Fuente, Julio Fuente, my barber for many years. He said I was 5 years old. I walked to his barber shop with 20 kids. And he said, he was like, yo, I can't cut your hair with these 20 kids. And he said that I told them all to go outside and wait for me. And they all went outside. And that's when my barber, Julio Fuentes, told me, I knew you were the leader. I knew you were going to run this shit. You was 5 years old telling 20 guys wait outside, right? Pum was like this real...
Yo, get the fuck out of here, Fat Joe. At 5 years old, yo, imagine saying a 5-year-old fucking walking down the street, crowded as New York is, man, walking down the street with 20 kids, and this 5 years old, yo, like, yo, we talk about kindergarten. You feel me? Like 5 years old, man. That man said he went into the barbershop by himself. So we don't know how far the bar. See, if I was Jada, right? Know what I'd have asked him? Like, yo, damn, how far a walk that was? You feel me? Yo, so I mean, yo, you got how far was the walk to the barbershop, Joe? Like, for real, I want to know. Like, was it a mile, half a mile, a block, half a block? Like, yo, you gotta elaborate on that story. Yo, like, what kind of haircut did you get? You know, do you remember the cut? Hey, yo, that's how you gotta do these guys, man. I'm trying to tell you. If you ever run across them, I'm giving you the playbook how you gotta do it. I would have needed to know how far the barbershop was from the house. Who paid for the cut? Did you pay for this cut, or did your mother or father give you the money? Like, how did you get this cut? Like, how much did it cost? I need all that information, y'all. He gonna be telling this story right here. If I was Jada, he'd have told this story for 15 minutes. You heard me? 15 minutes, I'd have made him elaborate and get more to depth of how all this played out. What kids were there? Do you remember the kids you was hanging with back then? Like, where are they now? Can they vouch for this story? Like, I think some people should be able to vouch for this, man. Yeah, I think we need to be able to vouch for this shit. Yo, but he ain't done. This nigga got a million stories.
We beat up in one time. You want the biggest cap story? We beat it. Yo, no, I swear to God, this is unbelievable. This was, we're 10 years old. Okay, we're babies. My man's mom's had a black eye. A nigga hit her, gave her a black eye. She was dealing with some guy. This was a grown man. When I say a grown man, we was outside. One of my mans, Gizmo, rest in peace, had a plastic yellow gun. Yellow. He was like, yo, nigga. I was like, yo! We beat the brakes off this thing. I got so many stories, man. I don't tell them because, it's cat. Everything cat.
Yo, this nigga. So now, it just get worse and worse and worse. At 10 years old, him and his homeboys beat up a grown man. At 10 years old.
Fat Joe finally snaps after being called the Cap King for years online, and he's not holding back this time.
I don't think people truly understand. I'm a project baby for real. I'm from the projects. The soil of soil. I'm really looking at guys calling me a capper, or this or that. They wouldn't say my name 10 years ago, 15 years ago when we was running around giving to their favorite rappers. Now they say my name because they say, oh, this guy courtside,
lawsuit.
One.
I'm gonna get a lawsuit. I'm gonna get a color.
These are all lawsuits. They think they're gonna trick me out in the streets.
Fat Joe is lying. That is a lie.
I want to sit next to one of these guys and say, break down the cap. I said I did records with Big. Everybody, he's the cap of a lifetime. They put out the double album. Fat Joe was featured on that album. And somehow, some way, every time I say something, if I say I saved Common's life, he come up on here and say,
no. Man, nigga, we know you lying, nigga. See, this the thing, yo. When you start telling lies, ain't nobody know what to look at this shit. Fat Joe almost got killed.
Story about an Ecuadorian kid.
Listen to this, y'all.
Who tried to air.
Fat Joe almost got killed 8 times in 2 days by the same guy. Like, how the fuck is this even possible, yo? How the fuck he almost get killed 8 times in 2 days? Like, what the fuck? So at one point, did you be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't come outside, or maybe I gotta do things a little bit different? Like, how did this person almost kill you 8 times in 2 days, Fat Joe? But that's a lot of goddamn times, man. To make no adjustments.
Get me out 8 times in 2 days. This really happened, Shane. This guy was like, and for no reason, he shot up my whole rental. We was in there. I hear the block going, oh my God, they killed Joey and Tony. Then we get up, it's bullets on. Yeah. This man here, he had me shook. Yeah. I couldn't get a drop on him. I went to his block. Yeah. Seen him on the corner. We 3 deep. The rustiest guns you ever see. We about to jump out and get him. This guy's in the middle of the street. Oh, there's a story about an Ecuadorian kid.
I'd have made him explain all 8 times. I'd have made him explain all 8 times, yo. So what was the first time, Joe? You know, the first time he tried to kill you, yo, what happened? Where you was at? I've been go through the whole story, yo. I need all 8 times. Every single time this fucking happened. Yo, you know, I ain't gonna lie, yo. Them New York niggas be lying. So it ain't really shocking. Cause them New York niggas be lying like a motherfucker.
This is ludicrous.
Y'all hear the story where he say,
all right, who called for ludicrous?
He robbed the basketball court? Let's go to that story, y'all. Now he talking about he saved motherfucking, he saved Tupac in jail. Hold up. Fat Joe robs the basketball court. Them New York dudes be lying, man. He said this to a cat Capone. Joey Cap. Yeah, that's his new name. Joey Cap. Cause I can't believe this guy, man. Yeah, I can't believe this dude. Yo, like, why is he doing this to himself? Like, yo, it's funny. Yo, but he killing his legacy, man.
At what point did you know that rap was what you wanted to do?
Oh, I loved hip hop since the beginning, since day one of hip hop. Now, rap, I always rapped, 8 years old, 9, 10 years old. I always been battling in schools, but I took the streets and the drug game more serious than rap. And so, unfortunately, I can't make no excuses, but I wanted to get rich or die trying. You know, I never liked being poor. And so I knew that I was willing to take whatever risk I had to take to become successful. And so we targeted that game and became really, really good at that and really successful. And so a bunch of my friends started going to jail for the RICO. You know, that's when the RICO was invented. And so they took down John Gotti with the RICO.
Oh, my God.
And so they took down the Italian Mafia, who was the smartest gangsters ever lived. You know, the Italian Mafia, they have a son that's a lawyer. They have a son that's an accountant. Then the other 3 are gangsters. And the father's the Don. Like the whole hierarchy.
Man, Federal gotta be about 50.
On how we going to get away with crimes.
50-something.
Right? And not stereotyping. There's very hardworking Italians. I love you all. I'm just trying to tell you of a life of crime. And they was taking them down. So imagine Puerto Ricans and black guys. You go walk in the store and you see a black or a Spanish dude that's in the streets. They're on the phone going, yo, I need 10 of them dead.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. You know, them New York niggas is good, man. I ain't gonna lie, yo. New York niggas can vouch for this. Yo, it is some lying ass niggas in New York City, man. Fat Joe just one of them. You know, when he was just rapping and not speaking, we ain't know that. But now we know that Fat Joe was one of them lying ass New York niggas. One of them niggas that always got a story. I did this, I did that. We did it. You know how they be, man. We from Baltimore, yo. It's a whole bunch of them niggas down there.
Store, not knowing they're going to jail for 80 years for talking that shit on the phone. And so all my friends were going to jail. So Diamond D talked me into making music. I went to the Apollo Theater Amateur night at Apollo. You talking about somebody that used to look at, I don't know where you from.
Niggas be lying like a motherfucker.
But, in the streets, I was a don. To going into the mercy of the people where they could boo you and throw apples at you and throw you off the stage talking about, I want to rap.
Yo, how was he the don?
Trying to convince Kingpin.
Yeah, but he was under Fat Joe. He was under motherfucking Big Pun. Yo, the don ain't supposed to be under nobody, man.
Guys, yo, I'm gonna rap. They like, you out of your mind. Are you kidding me? You like, you got spots. You got everything you want. I'm like, nah, I'm trying to change my life. And so thank God I changed my life. And when I did that, a bunch of my friends, they still in jail. From that time.
What year that was?
They're still in jail.
I'd ask him what year that was. See, when you get you gotta ask him more questions, man. What year did these guys get hit with the RICO, Fat Joey? How old was you? How old was these guys, man?
How old were you when you jumped off the porch?
6.
I was 14.
Oh, all right.
So I couldn't get along with my father. I love my father dearly.
I thought you gonna say
he was
5
like
or
really,
something.
really strict. And we bumped heads a lot. He was damn near a dictator or a tyrant in my house.
Yeah, he did.
And
but that goes into if you can lie like this, that goes. I can see how he did Punt family wrong. I mean, look what you dealing with. You dealing with a habitual, pathological bluffer. You know what I mean? So it ain't surprising that he did Punt family wrong, man.
I can't blame them. I had a great mother, great father. They're hard workers. My father never used drugs. My mother never used drugs. I was the black sheep. I was the one who came out wanting to get the money. I was very aggressive. It's a very equivalent to this movie called Extraction. You seen Extraction?
I have.
You ever seen the
He
first one?
He probably be a great
one?
book writer.
The little Indian kid that was willing to cut his finger off, that was chasing the kid. Like, I was like him. Like, I was determined to get the attention. I was 14 hanging out with the biggest living legends in the Bronx and Harlem.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I was 14, little kid.
Fat Joe was 14 hanging with Frank Lucas and that, man. Like, where's the pictures? Like, it gotta be somebody that can vouch for these stories, man. Like, where the other guys that was with where the older guys that was in the crew, man? They should still, some of them should still be alive, man. I mean, he about 50, maybe they should be about 65. I mean, I hope this nigga is crazy.
The toughest in that age. But really going to dinner with the kingpins of all kingpins. Sitting there watching them. They all love Fat Joey. And I was just learning. Like, I was like, yo, I want to be like them. I want to have the money. I want to have the girls. I want to have the jury. I want to have the cars. I want to have the this.
Right. Bert, I was thinking that too.
My life towards music.
Yeah, for sure, man. What were you like in high school?
Terrible.
Menace.
The biggest bully. I once robbed my whole gym.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, yo.
The whole gym.
Like
70 kids without a gun. Like, yo, everybody give me your coats, give me your Walkmans, give me your this. Some of the kids I was at.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Hey, you're not one of them 70 kids. Like, yo, so ain't nobody buck. Niggas just all got in line. Like, man, fuck it. Man, yo, Joey from the Bronx, man, said we gotta give him all our stuff, yo. I mean, everybody get it together, rally up. Hey, Reed. Yeah, that nigga crazy. That nigga said, yo, how would you in high school? Terrible. You know what I mean? One word. No explanation. You know what terrible mean. You ain't got the question. Terrible is the worst of the worst, man.
The whole gym.
What up? You gotta go back.
What were you like in high school?
Terrible. The biggest bully. I once robbed my whole gym.
Hey, yo, this nigga crazy.
The whole gym.
Like
70 kids without a gun. Like, yo, everybody give me your coats, give me your Walkmans, give me your this. Some of the kids I was actually cool with.
Damn, he was like, the fuck up. Hey, yo, hold up, yo. So he ain't spare his friends? Like, oh, come on, Joey. How you don't spare your friends, man? Like, god damn, so nobody was exempt. He probably the adults, did the adults kick out the what the fuck the adults do? Did they give you their wallets? Like, god damn. Yo, he could at least spare his friends, y'all. If he go rob all 70 kids, it should at least been a few like, oh no, you good. No, you good. You ain't, you my man, See you tomorrow. You feel me? That nigga said, no, I took everybody's shit. I mean, everybody walking out that bitch broken. I mean,
everybody running. I couldn't even carry it. Some of the guys I robbed had to help me carry the stuff. Terrible. And then they threw me out of that school.
Get the fuck out of here.
Morris High School.
Yo, hold the fuck up, yo. Yo. Yeah, we need to interview. We need to interview some of these 70 kids, man. Yo, this is epic. Yo, this ain't nothing you. Yo, if you was in that gym, yo, you ain't never gonna forget this. You heard me? Like, this goes down in history. Ain't no way. Yo, it should be several people like, man, fuck y'all remember that shit, man. I was mad as a bitch walking home. You know what I mean? Yo, this ain't something you're gonna forget no time soon, yo. Everybody's gonna remember this. Like, it's like losing your first homeboy. You feel me? You ain't never gonna forget that. Yo, if you witness one guy rob 70 people, no firearm, and not even just that, it ain't stopped there. Then you saying the guys that got robbed helped carry the stuff to him. Like, yo, that goes down in history, yo. It should be 20 people online right now. Like, yeah, I remember that shit. I ain't never gonna forget that. I ain't never seen nothing like that before in life.
And I made a deal with my mother that I was gonna be a good guy, and I honored that. When I went to South Bronx High School, I got
definitely would, JB.
A problem the first day with some big dudes, and they was talking shit. I was talking shit, because I always been Fat Joe. I could go to a new neighborhood, and I'm me. I had a lot of problems being me, because I've always been like Fat Joe. You know Fat Joe now, so it's like, yo, we know Fat Joe. But think of a 14-year-old Spanish kid with blonde hair and green eyes going to a 95% black neighborhood with a V-leather bomber going, yo, what's up, Nick? What's good, y'all? Yo, what we doing here? What? Where's this alien from? Is she crazy? What is he? We have never seen one of these. But I always been me. And so I go to South Bronx High School after they throw me out of fucking being Saddam Hussein. In my other high school, I promised my moms I'm going to be a nice guy first day. Niggas shop with me. So I make a phone call. I call Morris High School. I call the lunchroom. A little girl picked up. And none of my guys was there. I was like, please. Because these guys was big. It was big. It was going to fuck me up. And so I was like,
ain't no way. Nigga never lost.
Yo, tell the guys, I got problems coming to South Bronx High School. So when I go outside, so we had a girl from my block. Her name was Yogi. Yolanda went to South Bronx. So she was telling the kids, like, yo, I don't think y'all know who y'all with.
Yeah, we need to find Yogi, y'all.
Like I said, it wasn't social media.
I don't know.
Another side of the Bronx, another side of town.
JB, they didn't have cell phones back then. I don't know how he made this call. Maybe he went to the office. It was like, I want to call. This nigga is crazy. How do you know the number to the school? Like, it's just so many questions. I'm like, damn, so you called the school? How you get the number? Oh, yeah, I went to the office and and I asked them what was the number to the school down the street, and they gave it to me. Yeah, but how did you get in contact with this girl? They didn't know it was a kid on the other end of the phone. Like, yo, you gotta ask real questions. Make this nigga go. Like, this 8-minute clip. If I construct this interview, that should have been 25 minutes.
Don't put them. I'm telling you, they're gonna come. Like, you bugging out, and they were like, I guess the tough guys of the neighborhood. So 3 o'clock, they waiting for me outside. So I'm like, here we go again. I got bullied my whole junior high school. Then I become the bully. Now I'm getting bullied again. Right? So I walk outside.
We got inconsistencies, y'all. At 5 years old, you had 20 kids waiting outside the barbershop with you. Now you was bullied in junior high school. Something ain't adding up. The kid that got 20 kids waiting outside for him is the same kid that you're gonna hear in the next clip that he stabbed somebody when he was 10 years old. Him and his homeboys robbed somebody when he was 10 years old, but he got bullied in junior high. No, that don't make sense. That don't make sense, Joe. That don't make sense.
Outside, they ready to f me up, and we ready to fight. I'm gonna fight him. And I look across the street, the whole crew runs across the street, 100 terror squad guys. Bottles, all type of shit they in. And I stop them. I tell the guys, yo, I try to tell y'all.
Hey, yo, fuck out here. So he stopped him. That nigga, don't you know how with Michael Jackson? I remember Michael Jackson used to do the little shit like this, put his hand out and shit, and everything just stopped. Fat Joe did that first. Michael Jackson actually got that from Fat Joe. I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but the more and more we learning new things every day, man. Michael Jackson actually got that from Fat Joe. Fat Joe did it first. He did it in the projects.
Fight him. And I look across the street, the whole crew runs across the street, 100 terror squad guys. Bottles, all type of shit they in. And I stop them. And I tell the guys, yo, I try to tell y'all I'm not the one. So now my guys from Morris, who just see me get kicked out of robbing 70 guys by myself, are like, and I was like, no, I told my moms we're going to change.
Oh,
I'm
my
gonna give
God.
y'all a pass because I told my moms I'm going to be a nice guy. But now y'all know, you don't ever try to disrespect me. So then South Bronx High School was sweet for me. You know, nobody ever fucked with me. I didn't have to do much. They had more girls in that school.
Yo, this nigga is crazy.
You know, it was a good place.
Did you graduate?
No. But shout out to Luis Torres. He was my teacher. He was a great guy. Rest in peace, man. A real great guy who always told me to follow my.
That's how he became the Don, man. That is how he became the Don. Right then and there. In that moment, he became the Don. I mean, yeah, he had to show his strength. He had to show the other kids that I had to be fucked with, man. But he ain't want no issues though, because he told his mother he was going to change. You know, because by this point he been committing crimes for shit. What he was about? That was high school. So at this point he been committing crimes for at least 10 years. You know, he started at 5. I mean, he ain't jump out the porch till 14, but at 5 he was already calling shots. Hold up, yo. So this guy did a video on him. Hood Stories Chronicles.
Dollars. I thought I did the right thing. She spent the money unwisely, right?
Go.
With a great idea, you just want to get things down on paper. Great.
There he is, guy. Right. He wild, yo. I just say he robbed the whole basketball court, yo. And he ain't just rob him, yo. Yeah, them people helping to take the like, yo. See, yo, and that's another thing I had to ask him with that story. Yo, where'd you put all the things, Joe? Like, I would imagine if you robbed 70 people for all their things, yo, you would have needed a fucking U-Haul at the very least, one of them small ones. So I'd have been like, yo, so after you accumulated all these things, where the fuck did you put it at? You know, you said he helped you carry it out, but where did y'all carry it to? Did you have, at that age, did you have a U-Haul waiting? You know, like, we need, you know, make him elaborate. Make him elaborate, man.
Came out and said he lied in 95% of his rhymes. What did you think of that?
So he told the truth for the first time, that he's a liar. That you can't believe nothing that comes out of his mouth.
Across the
He's a
street.
liar.
Joe is pretty
Wow,
entertaining, right?
He entertaining.
Yeah.
He entertaining. Especially when he lied. That's when he best entertaining.
From his inconsistent tales about Biggie.
I say stuff, Tim, and they always say I lie or I say too much. You know, I worked on an album with Biggie. We cut about 5 songs together.
And how many songs did you guys do?
I don't know, but a couple. Not maybe 8 songs, 10 songs.
God damn. That nigga went from 5 to 10. Yo, they doubled the production. Yo, this guy is crazy, man. He said he walked it out and got all right, he had a getaway car. Okay. He probably was driving at that age, too.
credit for things he had nothing to do with.
Put him on. I took his and made sure that they played it. They wasn't never gonna play it. 6 months later, he was rich. Pitbull. I took his demo and got him signed. Trick Daddy. I took his and got him signed.
When Fat Joe said that he discovered you in Pitbull,
Fat Joe, I think Fat Joe got to be older than me. I think because I go to forgetting things, but I don't hallucinate. I never hallucinate.
Here are some times Fat Joe got caught lying on camera, starting with his claim about Tupac. Back in 1995, Fat Joe was on the radio talking about the infamous East Coast versus West Coast beef. During that broadcast, he said some things that allegedly caused tensions with Puerto Rican inmates who...
Y'all thinking back on it now, knowing what we know about Fat Joe now, Fat Joe should have been able to stop the beef. Yo, Fat Joe could have saved Biggie and Tupac life, yo. I'm standing on that shit. Fuck that. Yo, we ready to blame Fat Joe. Fat Joe's the reason. We was blaming Jane Dale. Nope, it ain't Jane Dale's fault. Fat Joe. Fat Joe had all this pull. He could have gotten between both sides and was like, "Yo, look, we ain't doing this because you don't want me to get involved." You feel me? The better I get involved in this shit, everything goes. So it's Fat Joe's fault, yo. If Fat Joe would have put his hand up there like he said he did before Charleston, if he'd have put his hand up and stopped everything back then, man, we'd have still had Biggie and Pac, man. We blaming Fat Joe, man. He ain't stand up that day.
were loyal to him.
And they asked me the question, yo, Joe, what you think about Tupac and all that? I said, yo, he's cool, but, you know, if they step to me, there's going to be some shit. Tupac's locked up upstate in New York. The Puerto Ricans hear that. And that, Bobby, Tupac got beef with Fat Joe.
According to Joe, Tupac somehow got wind of the situation and personally called him from prison, asking for help dealing with a Puerto Rican inmate who was supposedly giving him trouble.
A phone call from Greg Nice, who pretty much put me in the game, one of my brothers. He said, yo, Joe, I got Pac on the other line. I was like, Pac?
Joe claimed they had a conversation, cleared the air, and that there was no animosity between them. He even said he sent a message to his guy, Charlie Rock LD, asking him to hold Pac down in prison.
Tupac was like, yo, these Puerto Ricans is on me. Like, you said something in the radio. I don't got a problem with you, Joe. Like this, I know what's up, this. And so, you know, we sent the kite out to the Puerto Ricans and be like, nah.
But in a recent interview, Tupac's cousin, William Lassane, shut that story down completely. He explained that while Fat Joe definitely had power with his Puerto Rican people, the idea that Pac needed his help just didn't make sense.
It don't make sense.
Got strength with Puerto Ricans, his people. But as far as Tupac being in prison, been to call Joe to keep the Puerto Ricans off his back because they think that he got beef with Joe in the street or some. I don't know about that.
According to Lassane, the people who ran the New York State prison where Tupac was being held were actually people who knew and loved Pac.
But a lot of people who run the prisons in the New York State penal system are people that we know. They people that love us. They family members, man.
He wasn't in a prison where people would walk all over him. On the contrary, he was surrounded by strong individuals who had his back from the moment he got there.
You know they did.
Tupac wasn't in a prison where
niggas love Pac back then, man.
Over him. That wasn't going to be the situation. He was in prison with people who were strong.
In fact, when Pac arrived, there were already people waiting with care packages, ready to look out for him. And Pac didn't even want their help.
When he first got into Clinton, there were people already with care packages for him. Like strong people that is telling Pac, if you got problems, let me know. I'm gonna make sure that the CEOs know about and this and that.
Yo, to think Pac, out of all the people, Pac had problems, you think he'd have called Fat Joe? Like, there ain't no fucking way. I don't even think Pac really had no problems for real. That was Tupac, man. Motherfuckers had love, man. He probably had a whole fucking security team around him in that bitch.
And Pac telling him, nah, that's all right. I don't need none of you guys to help me with nothing. I'm good.
Lassane also pointed out that the only reason Tupac was taken out of the general population and put in segregation was because of his connections to these strong figures. The prison officials didn't want any potential incidents, so they separated him.
The officers, knowing Pac's connection with some of the strongest people in Clinton, taking him out of population and putting him in segregation so that he don't incite anything.
So the idea that some Puerto Rican inmate was pressuring Pac to the point where he had to call Fat Joe for help doesn't add up at all.
Does that make sense to you? That some Puerto Ricans is going to put pressure on him so that Pac can call Joe, of all people?
And that's just one of the times Fat Joe got caught exaggerating. Another recent lie that got exposed was about Big Pun. For years, Fat Joe has publicly claimed that he took care of Big Pun's wife and family after Pun passed. He said he gave Pun's wife money, tried to help her set up a business, and made sure she was good financially.
After he passed, she had hundreds of thousands of dollars. I thought I did the right thing. She spent the money unwisely, right? She comes back and says, Joe, I'm doing bad again. We give her a check out of our pockets. We say, yo, we got to take care.
But according to Gongu Gu Roach, a guy who specializes in helping artists and their families recover publishing money, royalties, and other earnings, that couldn't be further from the truth.
You know, Joe was all over the radio basically saying, I gave her $750,000, I gave her $250,000, I told her enough's enough.
Man, right, ain't no way, yo. Ain't no way Big Pun wife should be struggling, man. Like, yo, that y'all, man. See, that ain't even funny. Like, that's just some bitch ass shit for real.
We had him admit that he never gave her $1 in his life.
Oh, so he didn't give her no money?
Nothing, not $1 in his life. He never gave her.
Damn.
Gong revealed that he actually took Fat Joe to court on behalf of Big Pun's wife after discovering that Joe had been stealing Pun's royalties for 14 years.
Damn.
To Liza, after he passed away.
Yo, but see, yo, what I be telling y'all, character matters. Based off all these lies that he telling, it makes this story makes a whole bunch of sense. Yo, you gotta pay attention to character, yo. A person that will lie like he does and embellish like he does, or do this shit. You know what I mean? I believe everything she said he did.
Telling her that, oh no, he owed me money. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, a bunch of fake royalty statements started to come biannually.
Apparently, Joe was generating fake royalty statements and working with Jellybean Benitez to send these bogus reports to Pun's wife.
About 14 years, from about 2000 to 2014, fake royalty statements was coming out.
2000 to 2014?
Yeah. Joe used Jellybean Benitez as a publisher. Jellybean Benitez was Madonna's ex-boyfriend from the early 80s. He produced a bunch of Madonna records back in the early 80s. He remixed, he DJs now.
According to Gongs, Pun's wife had tried using multiple lawyers before him, but none of them could get her justice. When he stepped in, though, he was able to take Fat Joe to court and expose what was really going on.
One was super popular, was telling her there was nothing here, basically. Once I got the royalty statements, the same stuff that they had, it probably took me like a minute and a half to see the deception. I called her up, told her I paid for the case, paid for the auditor, took him to court.
And here's where Fat Joe's lies really start piling up. Not only did he claim he gave Pun's wife money when he actually didn't give her a dime, but he also went on interviews saying there was never a court case in the first place, when there absolutely was. Gonga even said he couldn't believe how easily people believe Joe's lies.
He was on Drink Champs and other platforms basically saying, I went to court and the judge said, what are you doing here? And I walked out. He basically went on the platform saying that there was no court case. I don't understand.
Gongu also revealed that when a Big Pun movie was in the works, the people behind it wanted Fat Joe involved to use his influence and connections to help push the film.
We were trying to do a Big Pun movie and stuff like that, right? And basically, we were like, hey, let's get Joe involved. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be bigger with Joe. If you do it without Joe, Joe can get all these other people involved.
But according to Gongu, Joe allegedly refused to help unless Pun's wife publicly stated that he never stole from her. Of course, she refused, because he did steal from her.
But he was basically saying, like, well, if you go on Instagram or if you go out there and tell publicly that I never stole from you, then I'll work with you. Otherwise, I'm not working with you. She's like, why would I do that? You stole from me.
So at this point, Fat Joe isn't just a liar. He's also a thief. And somehow people keep eating up his stories like they're the truth.
He was in mediation. He basically said that he never gave her $1, zero. So the $750 he was talking about, he lied. The $250 he's talking about, he lied. As you see now, people are starting to see that he lies a lot, but I don't understand why nobody reprimands him.
Another prime example of his ever-changing stories is about his involvement with Biggie Smalls. Back in 2023, Joe appeared on Cam Capone's platform and dropped a bombshell. He claimed that he and Biggie had worked on an album together, recording 8 to 10 songs. According to Joe, the project was scrapped and most likely destroyed because it was so disrespectful, full of disses aimed at Tupac.
First, we made a bunch of songs, you know what I'm saying? But they was like really disrespectful and hateful, and so he died and Tupac died. They might have burnt, to be honest with you.
Nigga lie like a motherfucker.
It was distasteful, you know what I'm saying, after the fact.
And how many songs did you guys do?
I don't know, but a couple. Not maybe 8 songs, 10 songs, you know, like that.
Now, at first glance, it might seem believable. Joe and Biggie did have a documented relationship, but fans weren't buying it, and here's why. Joe's own words don't seem to add up. On Vlad TV in September 2018, he told a completely different story. During that interview, Joe said he and Biggie had been working on an album but only recorded 4 songs. He even mentioned that Puffy and the Hitmen were involved as producers. Fast forward to March 2021 when Joe was live with Swizz Beatz and Timbaland, and suddenly the number jumped to 5 songs.
If I say stuff, Tim, and they always say I lie or I say too much,
He been
you
lying
know, I
for a
worked
long
on an
ass
album
time.
with Biggie. We cut about 5 songs together.
Now, okay, 4 to 5 songs? That could just be a simple mix-up. But 8 to 10? Fans were quick to call cap, joking that maybe Biggie had come back from the grave to hit the studio for those extra tracks. The inconsistencies in Joe's story had people scratching their heads. In December 2021, Lil C sat down with Vlad TV and shared some revealing insights about Biggie's feelings toward Tupac and diss tracks. According to Cease, Biggie was adamant that he didn't want to fuel the beef further and made it clear to Junior Mafia that recording diss tracks was off limits. He even warned them, saying, "If any of you guys record this track, I'm no longer messing with you." That's how strongly Biggie felt about staying above the fray. Cease claimed that no one in the crew went against Biggie's wishes, which speaks to how much weight Big's opinion carried. Then, in January 2022, Cease appeared on The Art of Dialogue and gave more context, this time directly addressing rumors about Biggie and Fat Joe allegedly working on an album together. Cease, who was with Biggie almost every day, shut those rumors down, saying he had never heard of Biggie recording songs with Fat Joe. He explained that while he might have overheard Big and Joe discussing the possibility of collaborating, no actual tracks were ever recorded.
I've seen an interview from Fat Joe, and he said that him and Biggie was working on an album together, and he said that they had a whole lot of Tupac disses on the album. How you feel about him saying that?
I don't think so. I'm sure I was around for a lot of stuff, and I didn't hear none of that at all.
Cease also made it clear that Big wasn't the type to create full-on diss tracks aimed at
everybody
Tupac.
knew that back
He might
in the day.
throw in a subliminal jab here and there, but a full-on diss wasn't his style. Ultimately, Cease expressed doubt that such an album or even a collection of songs existed.
Biggie ain't even ever want to beef with Pop. So for Fat Joe to sit back and act like he just recorded 5 to 8 to 10 diss tracks, like, yo, come on, yo, like, this guy got to be stopped.
Interestingly, there's a rumor about a clip that allegedly surfaced on World Star Hip Hop a few years back, where Diddy himself addressed the claims of an album between Biggie and Fat Joe. Supposedly, Diddy said he had no knowledge of such a project, making it impossible to confirm or deny its existence. However, since the actual clip can't be found, it's become one of those stories lost in the ether of hip-hop lore. Fans remain skeptical, though, since Diddy is known for being all about his money. It's hard to believe he'd let any of Biggie's unreleased material, especially during an era where posthumous releases were booming, sit and go to waste. On the other hand, if the alleged tracks were full of Tupac disses, it's also understandable why Diddy might have shelved them to avoid further controversy. Cuban Link, another voice in the conversation, has also cast doubt on the existence of any such songs or an album. Cuban, who had his own experiences with Biggie and Fat Joe, acknowledged that Joe had a relationship with Biggie but firmly believed the idea of an album was exaggerated. Cuban Link has called out Fat Joe several times for being less than truthful, and in one of his interviews, he provided his version of events surrounding a song that Joe claims was part of this mythical Biggie album. According to Cuban Link, he, Pun, and Joe once visited Diddy's recording studio, where they met Biggie. For Cuban, this was his first time meeting the legendary rapper. After exchanging pleasantries, Diddy told Biggie to explain what he had in mind for a track. Biggie wanted a Spanish-flavored intro to bring a unique vibe to the song. something with Spanish gangster spice. Among the group, Cuban was the only one fluent in Spanish, but as a rookie at the time, he wasn't sure he could pull it off. With some encouragement from Pun, Cuban stepped up to the mic, and together he and Pun laid down the intro Biggie envisioned. Biggie loved it and hyped them up for their contribution. Then Fat Joe jumped on the mic to add his own flair to the track.
He said, Puffy told Big, hey, yo, tell them what you want from them so they could do it in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they could do it. You know, because you say you wanted some Spanish. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Pun and Joe, you know, was there. And Pun looked at me once we heard Biggie say, I was the rookie at the time, real rookie.
Big Pun was a beast, man.
To do this. So they both put me to do this. So me and Pun went, and he told me, yo, the twin, take the lead. So then after me and him went, me and Pun went and did our stuff, Biggie was like, yeah, he was hyped up. Then Joe went in there and he put his spice on top on a separate track by himself.
Here's where things get messy. Cuban Link claims that Fat Joe is now taking credit for the Spanish intro that Cuban and Pun created. He alleges that Joe is using a snippet of this track to push the narrative that he and Biggie recorded an entire album together.
He used that little snippet right there to sell the fact that he did an album with Biggie. Incredible liar. Disgusting.
Dang, he terrible,
Cuban sees this as a blatant exaggeration and has been vocal about calling Joe out for it. For Cuban, the truth is simple. There was no album, just a single track with a collaborative vibe in the studio. But Fat Joe's controversial stories about Biggie and Tupac aren't the only things stirring up drama. In 2022, he sat down for an interview and made another bold claim, this time saying he was responsible for getting Trick Daddy and Pitbull their record deals.
Put him on. I took his made sure that they played it. They wasn't never gonna play it. 6 months later, he was rich. Pitbull. I took his demo and got him signed. Trick Daddy. I took his and got him signed.
However, that didn't sit well with Uncle Luke, who wasted no time calling Joe out on Instagram. Luke, a Miami hip-hop pioneer, set the record straight with a detailed response saying, I love Joe, but I find this very interesting because I discovered Trick Daddy. He did his first song with me as soon as he got out from being locked up, and he stayed with me. I also discovered and signed Pitbull to the platinum-selling Luke Records label. He did his first songs with me. Because I'm from Miami, I felt the importance of signing a Cuban rapper, so I discovered him off of battle rap tapes. Maybe I'm missing something here. I do have the receipts. By the way, because you don't see me in all the videos and birthday parties, yes, I found DJ Khaled on Underground Radio Mix 96 and brought him to mainstream radio. Luke's response was backed by none other than NFL legend Deion Sanders, who chimed in with a comment that added fuel to the fire. Tell them hero. Sometimes they forget. Luke always been that dude. He was one of my heroes and still is. Y'all have no idea what this man fought for. The music you listen to today is because of his heart, conviction, and willingness to fight for what he believed in. After the backlash, Fat Joe went live with Uncle Luke to clarify his statement, but the explanation left fans cringing. Joe tried to backtrack, saying he wasn't claiming to have discovered Trick Daddy and Pitbull, but that he was the catalyst for getting them signed. However, the video showed Uncle Luke looking visibly confused and skeptical as Joe attempted to explain himself. Fans were quick to call out Joe, pointing out how disjointed and unconvincing his explanation was.
Now, I know you discovered Trick. I know you discovered Pitbull. I never said I discovered them.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, this nigga crazy. Hey, yo, we need to get them kids on that playground, man. Yeah, we need to get the kids on that playground, man. Straight up, yo. We need to talk to them face to face. We need an explanation of how did you pull. I want to know how you pulled off this robbery. How did you pull off the robbery with no gun, Joe? Straight up. Just like how he got to sit back and explain this shit to Luke. He need to explain that shit to the people that he said he robbed. All 70 of them.
Took his demo out of love for hip-hop.
Even Trick Daddy weighed in on the situation. In his view, the idea of an East Coast rapper like Fat Joe helping a Miami artist get a deal didn't make sense, especially back in the day when there was significant tension between East Coast and Southern rappers. Trick stated plainly, there was no Southern artist that was doing any kind of work or had affiliations with the East Coast rappers because they weren't on good terms. So for him to think that somebody from the East Coast would go get a brother from the South, let alone Miami, and take his music to go get him a deal with no points or strings attached, I don't see that happening.
Like I say, I love Fat Joe, love him like a brother. I believe that he loved me like a brother. As far as him hearing about me or hearing my music and taking it to somebody to hear it, probably did. For me to think that somebody from the East Coast would go get a brother from the South, let alone Miami, and take his music and go get him a deal with no points, no screens attached, no nothing, that I don't see that happening.
Fans found Trick's perspective to be perfectly logical, especially given the cultural divide at the time. Many pointed out that East Coast rappers often looked down on Southern artists back then. The idea of Fat Joe advocating for Trick's music seemed far-fetched. Trick even speculated that maybe Joe was just forgetful and hallucinating stuff. This incident sparked a wave of criticism, with fans accusing Fat Joe of trying to diminish and undermine the contributions of black artists to hip-hop. Many viewed his claims as an attempt to rewrite history, inserting himself into narratives where he didn't belong. And if that wasn't enough, Fat Joe has also faced allegations of being a snitch. Although he's denied these accusations, his attempts to clear his name only made things worse. In a video addressing the rumors, Joe repeatedly insisted he wasn't a snitch, but instead of offering a clear and convincing explanation, he rambled on with unrelated tangents and vague statements.
Joe cracked the dawn. Has never been a rat in his life, has never told on a person in his life. I kill myself before I tell on somebody. It's about love or hate. Now,
I can see him being a rat though. I guess in the character that he's showing, I can see him being a rat. Now I don't know if he's a rat, but if it was to ever come out that Fat Joe was a rat, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Meaning, we call people haters.
Fans noted how suspicious this made him look, arguing that his inability to directly address the allegations only fueled the fire. But Fat Joe isn't just known for his tall tales. He's also infamous for his long list of beefs. One of the most notorious was his feud with 50 Cent, a rivalry that stretched on for years and created plenty of drama along the way. This heated back and forth dates back to 2004 and is rooted in the contentious climate of New York hip-hop during the early 2000s. At the time, 50 Cent was riding high on the success of his classic debut album, Get Rich or Die Tryin', and had crowned himself the King of New York. His meteoric rise and brash persona rubbed a lot of other rappers the wrong way, Fat Joe included. But their beef didn't officially ignite until October 2004, when Ja Rule released the track New York. On the song, Ja Rule took aim at 50 Cent, and both Fat Joe and Jadakiss were featured. To 50, this was a clear sign that Fat Joe was siding with Ja Rule in their feud. And if you know anything about 50, you know he doesn't let things slide. In response, 50 dropped a diss track aimed at every New York rapper he had issues with, making sure to take direct shots at Fat Joe. Joe didn't hold back either, claiming in interviews that he would punch 50 in his face. Things escalated further when 50 called into DJ Case Life's show on Hot 97 in February 2005 to diss Joe live on the air. Joe, hearing this, quickly called in himself, firing back by calling 50 a fake gangster and blaming his antics on steroids. By June of that year, Fat Joe dropped his album All or Nothing, which featured the track My Fofo, a clear diss aimed at 50. The tension came to a head at the 2005 MTV VMAs where both rappers were present. During his speech, Fat Joe made a jab, saying, "I'd like to thank G-Unit for all the police protection tonight," implying 50 Cent was working with law enforcement.
I like to tell the people home, I feel so safe tonight with all this police protection courtesy of G-Unit.
50, never one to let an insult go unanswered, clapped back during his performance, cursing Joe out on live TV alongside Tony Yayo.
That shit was
Hell, Joe, I ain't gonna lie, yo, back then, yo, that was a wild time back then. The Source Awards and shit like that, man, shit used to get real.
Fat Joe later claimed this incident cost him a sneaker deal with Jordan, a loss he estimated at $20 million. Later that year, 50 Cent released Window Shopper as part of the Get Rich or Die Tryin' movie soundtrack. He didn't stop there. He dropped an alternate version of the song to take shots at Nas, Ja Rule, Jadakiss, and of course, Fat Joe. In 2008, the feud reignited when G-Unit released the mixtape Return of the Body Snatchers, featuring the track I'm Leaving, where 50 went directly at Fat Joe again. Joe responded by calling 50 obsessed with him in a video that surfaced online. That same year, Fat Joe released his album, The Elephant in the Room, and 50, ever the troll, dropped The Elephant in the Sand mixtape on the exact same day. The cover art and the title were entirely dedicated to clowning Fat Joe. To make matters worse, 50 publicly revealed Fat Joe's first week album sales, just 46,000 copies, and compared them to his mixtape downloads, which hit over 400,000 in the first week. Seizing the moment, 50 released a video titled Fat Joe's Funeral, where he mocked Joe's poor sales and claimed his career was dead. In 2009, Fat Joe released Jealous One's Still Envy 2, and 50 didn't miss the chance to troll him again. This time, 50 made a comedy video warning fans not to listen to the album, joking that it was so bad it sent him to the hospital. However, in 2012, the beef finally came to an end, but under somber circumstances. Music executive Chris Lighty, who had played a significant role in both their careers, tragically passed away. During their feud, Lighty had often urged them to squash the beef, but it wasn't until his funeral that they took steps to reconcile. Both 50 and Joe attended, and while they didn't exchange words at the service, they later shared a stage at the 2012 BET Awards during a tribute performance for Lighty. During rehearsals, the two finally made amends. From that point forward, Fat Joe and 50 Cent officially squashed their beef. Since then, they've been spotted together on multiple occasions, whether performing side by side or just
Yo, this nigga Fat Joe is wild. That is a wild ass guy, yo. What's another story, yo? He done told so many of them motherfuckers. I was just watching one, yo. He was talking about he robbed a kid. He said he robbed a grown man. Hold up, yo. It must be this story. Must be the Breakfast Club. He said he was 10 years old.
This is ludicrous.
Said he was 10 years old. He robbed. It was a lady being assaulted outside his in his hallway, and he had a machete. He cut the guy. Yo, y'all gotta hear him. He can tell it way better than me, man. I think that's it.
I have anthems. I have money. I'm a superstar. I have a great family. I have a this. I got whatever I want. I got a team. I don't even know if the style is to just say cap, cap, cap. It's the craziest thing. If I tell you that I'm the guy who orchestrated Bone and Biggie, Bone and Biggie, I did it. Somebody will come co-sign. When I tell you stuff that you just can't possibly believe. If I tell you that Tupac was having trouble in the New York City jail, this Tupac, and I'm making some food. I don't know
Here
why.
you go, right here.
10 years old.
Check him out.
Gonna give you a real cap, right?
Yeah, check him out,
I'm
yo.
10 years old.
He 10
I'm in the
down.
house, minding my business in the projects, and I'm making some food. I don't know why. I don't know how to cook, so I got a machete.
Yo, he's making food with a machete, yo. Like at 10 years old, we don't know where he got the machete from. I'd have asked him if I was y'all, man, where you get the machete from? How long y'all had it? Like, yo, you got it, yo. When you run across these people, yo, keep them talking. I'm telling you, you're gonna be tripping. When you walk away from them, you're gonna get the best laugh in the world. You just gotta keep them going, man. Eventually, they're gonna get stuck, and they just gonna, change the subject.
Yeah, girl scream. I opened the door, and it's a girl I know from my
Let me go
building.
back.
So I got a machete, and I'm making some food. I don't know why. I don't know how to cook, Jigs. And I'm making some food. I don't know why. I don't know how to cook. So I got a machete. I hear a girl scream. I open the door, and it's a girl I know from my building. She's Jehovah's Witness. Mm-hmm. She has a dress on. She's covering her private parts.
Old fat kid chasing a grown ass man with a machete. Yo, I would ask how many flights of stairs. What floor was you on, Joey? Cause you know them apartments in New York are high rises. It's a lot of high rise projects. I'd ask him what floor. Did y'all take the elevator or the stairs? That's what I want to know. I want to know nothing else. What floor was y'all on when this occurred? And did y'all take the elevator or the stairs? Did you chase him down 6 or 8 to 10 flights of stairs? I want to know. That's what I would have wanted to know. He had to explain that.
Oh, this guy's he's a grown man, 7 feet tall.
7 feet tall, y'all.
Oh, this is just a fat little kid. He jumps at me. I jump scared to death all the way back. He runs down the stairs, thank God. But when I come back around, this girl was the most decent girl probably in my whole project, right? And she begged me because, you know, her family was so strict to not tell the story.
He probably used to pay for the Knicks. It's probably one of them New York Knicks niggas. Like remember Biggie told the story about the New York Knicks player? He probably talking about the same New York Knicks player, y'all. I think that was who the fuck was Biggie talking about in that story, y'all? You remember Biggie was, who the fuck was that? Was it Charles Oakley? I can't remember who it was. But Fat Joe probably talking about him too.
Open the door, and it's a girl I know from my building. She's Jehovah Witness. She has a dress on. She's covering her private parts. And it's a dude standing over her. It's like 7 feet tall, fresh out of jail. He had a tank top, not even a
how the fuck do he know he's fresh out of jail, y'all? Why do everybody do that? This is not the first time I heard him tell a story about a dude being fresh out of jail. Like in every story he got, when he went at a young age, when he did something courageous, the guy was always fresh out of jail. Didn't he tell a story before when the guy was fresh out of jail when he did something to him? All right, so just you know how like if you got a mouse or a mouse in the house and it runs and it gets stuck and it get trapped in it. So Fat Joe was playing cat and mouse. Fat Joe was the cat and the guy was the mouse. You know, Fat Joe was the predator and he was the prey. And when Fat Joe stabbed him with this machete, it wasn't no kitchen knife, wasn't no steak knife, wasn't a butcher knife. It was a machete, y'all. You know what I mean? One of the ones that you see on like the ninjas and the karate motherfuckers be having. So after he stabbed him in the arm with the machete, and it was sharp, you know, he chased him down, and the guy was stuck in the corner. He ain't know which way to go. Right, fucking tall and Jerry and shit. Right, Kevin. He was motherfucking tall, and the guy was Jerry, man. That's why in this case. Like, that's what I'd ask. It's like, yo, for real, I'm telling you, y'all, take my advice, yo. When you run it, because there's a lot of Fat Joes out. He ain't the only one. Trust and believe. If you ever been to jail, you're gonna run across a lot of these niggas. I would have wondered, yo, what happened with the case? Because I'm sure you would have had to came to court and gave some type of testimony. I mean, you got a man leaking from both arms after being cut by a machete. I'm sure he had to get some type of hospital treatment the way he explained it. And it was a alleged rape. So did you testify in this case, Joey? Let us know. I mean, don't stop there. Give us if you're gonna give at Fat Joe brother funeral that can vouch for this story, y'all. She stopped and at all the places to do it. Like she ain't come back and holler at him afterwards. You know, they lived in the same building. She ain't knock on the door and be like, you know, your son did save my life. She waited 30 years later and came to your brother's funeral. We don't even know if she even like, oh my God, yo. These guys are comical, man. Fuck out of here, yo. This nigga is crazy, yo. We gonna try to find one more, man. He ain't never told the story because she told him not to tell. She wanted to keep it a secret. Get the fuck out of here, man. This nigga crazy. Yeah, this nigga fucking crazy, yo. Get the fuck out of here, man. Oh, shit. It's first 20 minutes in jail. Let's see what happened.
In the feds, you can't get commissary. I walked in the feds with 5 G's cash in my pocket. And you couldn't get it for 2 weeks. So there's a line of niggas giving you 2 bananas, cereal, a cup. If niggas got love for you, the leader of the Puerto Ricans, he comes over, like, he got these holes in his face, so you know he's a bad guy, you can tell, right? But he's like, yo, I see all the black dudes with you, and I know you from New York, and the Puerto Ricans from New York. But over here, we stick to our own. I sit down and I'll say, yo, Poppy, let me explain something. The first thing you need to do is let your cousins in New York tell you I'm not a rapper. Yo, this is my first 20 minutes in jail. The nigga look at me, he start laughing. He was like, yo, but just know the
There's no bigger stage. There's no
face. He was handsome. I don't know why they called him Monkey Face Carlo. I got issues for what I...
oatmeal. No, cookie.
Yo, where the fuck did they be finding these guys at, man?
He was handsome. I don't know why they called him monkey. Right now, I'm telling you.
You're not gonna tell us why they call him monkey face.
He was handsome. Beeping him up, beeping him. He never calls me back. He comes like a week later. And I'm like, yo, Carlos, what's up, man? Yo, this guy. I was like, yo. He was like, yo, what's up, Joe? I was like, yo, what's up with the money? I've been calling you. He was like, oh, you dead on that shit. Wow.
So what you do, Joe? What you do, y'all? Let us know, Joe. What you do?
This nigga was an official tissue legend. Right now, people gonna swear I'm capping from the Bronx, right? But I'm 14.
Oh my God.
Dead on that, nigga. What you thought you?
Here we go. Nigga say, yeah, that nigga, yo, I'm telling you, yo, Fat Joe. Somebody need to write a book on Fat Joe. We don't need it. We don't need it from him, though. Like, it don't need to be an autobiography. It need to be a secondhand knowledge book. I mean, somebody that was around and witnessed these historical events. Yo, Fat Joe is like fucking Jesus. Fat Joe can turn water into wine. Part the Red Sea. You know what I mean? Like yo, he got these mythical stories that he can't tell. We don't need him to tell it. Yo, we need other believers. Like, Jesus had the disciples. Yo, Fat Joe need disciples. We need, let's see, the disciples that was around Fat Joe at the time. the speaker these things, yo. Like, I want to hear a secondhand account. Like, when he robbed the basketball court and the whole gym, I need to hear that story from somebody that witnessed it. You're one of the adults, because I don't think he said it was all kids, so I don't think he robbed adults. One of the adults that witnessed that robbery need to write a book and explain how all that shit went down, yo.
Getting your money? Fuck out of here. He starts walking. I'm only 14. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, he's getting smaller as he's walking.
Yeah, they always do, Shay.
In my head, I'm like, oh, you pussy nigga. Like, in my head, I'm like, oh, you pussy nigga. You letting this nigga do this to you. Wait, pussy. Like, you gonna let him do that, this and that? He gets all the way to the corner. I'm like, yo, Carlos. He turned around. What, nigga? I said, hold up 1 second. Ran over there. I beat the brakes off that nigga. Broke his arm.
Broke his arm,
you know what I'm saying? As a baby, a kid. You know what I'm saying? We beat up a nigga one time. You want the biggest cap story? We beat a nigga one time. Yo! No, I swear to God, this one is too unbelievable. This one's, we're 10 years old. Okay? We're babies. 10, 9, 8, kids. Babies. My man's mom's had a black eye. A nigga hit her, gave her a black eye. And yo, what happened? No, this, that. So she was dealing with some guy. This nigga was a grown man. When I say a grown man,
did he just go on?
Yeah, punch her in the face, domestic violence, whatever. We was outside. One of my mans, Gizmo, rest in peace, had a plastic yellow gun. Yellow, not black. Plastic water gun. Shit you get for the 10 cents. Mm-hmm. He was like, yo, nigga. Nigga was like, yo. We beat the brakes off this nigga. Grown ass.
Yo, get the fuck out of here, yo. You poured out a plastic yellow water gun on the motherfucker and a grown man couldn't know the difference. Yo, a yellow water gun, bro. And a grown man. What was this? A Super Soaker 1500? Like, what water gun was this? I mean, I know Super Soakers was a thing. Was the Super Soakers back when he was coming up? I know I was around for the Super Soaker era. What the fuck was that shit? The Super Soaker 250? Like, what water gun did y'all pull out, yo, and had this man scared to death? The words over here allowed some 10-year-olds and 8-year-olds to beat him bad. Like, yo, get the fuck out. This nigga's out of control.
Man, beat him to Bob. We beat the boom. Nigga was like boom. Little niggas was boom. Niggas was like boom and boom. Every way he turned, we beat the shit out this nigga with a yellow plastic. The shit you go in the supermarket and buy bubble gum. Right. Shit you ain't smaller than that little container. He's like, yo, freeze. I'm telling you now, freeze. Niggas beat the brakes off this nigga, man. I got so many stories, man. I don't tell them because you know it's cap. Everything cap, man.
Joe got the best cap story. You want a cap story?
Probably was see-through.
We came up with a wild time.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. It was a real wild time. You was either predator, you was prey. And
He was the biggest
you had
predator.
to show up. If not, you know how many dudes. Let me tell you something. And I hate to tell you guys this. And it's so many dudes that's really cowards when it comes to this physical or this violence thing. I've seen them fold all the time. And you go to jail. I've seen grown men smack a nigga's cheek off, and he just walk away like, "Oh, my bad." I don't know how to do that. You got to kill me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So most of these niggas is like that. You know what I'm saying? And so when I tell these stories of bravery and
All right, I know which one that
understand
is.
it. Plus at different times, like I'd be underneath the jails and they had these cameras. You know Jussie Smollett yet?
Yeah.
Jussie Smollett yet? They followed the cameras back.
That is.
Seen them rehearsing with the yo, he's done.
Yo, ain't
No, it's the world.
No.
It's not just why did he do it? To shine light.
Yo, all right, we done with this nigga, yo. We done listened to lies for an hour, for at least an hour. Yo, Fat Joe need to be stopped. If I was Jada Kiss, I would stop the podcast. You know what I mean? I can't work with this nigga, man. Like, I don't know if this was a good idea, yo, but I cannot sit back and work with y'all. 85, so.
I love how your stories always involve way too many people. Like wherever you are, you be like, yo, it was me and like 178 niggas. Like, man, Joe, how are you taking this many people with you everywhere?
You got both of them tour buses. Yeah, all the way. It'd be all different types of dynamics of people.
Listen,
yeah, it was me. It was 58 Dominican niggas.
I
Right?
gotta sell shit. I gotta sell his shit.
I love how your stories always involve
this thing's
way
crazy.
too many people. Like wherever you are, you be like, yo, it was me and like 178 niggas.
Fat Joe a wild ass nigga, y'all. I think that's the final conclusion, man. Fat Joe is a wild ass nigga. And yo, he got more than this. Like yo, I think this is the tip of the iceberg. I guarantee if we were to search online, take some time out. Yo, he got so many fucking stories. Well, he just making shit up. What this is? Fat Joe Another Crazy Story.
There was these kids, right, that was killing everything in the Bronx. They
Lord.
was killing everything. One day, one of them asked to see me. I'm rapping already, I'm Fat Joe. And so I'm like, this see me. So we go over there. We don't know what they want. So, we over there beyond strap. Right? So we go see him. So the guy starts talking to me and I'm like, oh, this is cool. He's actually looking out. Yo, Joe, be careful. If you got any guns, stash them. My guys in the feds telling me they're about to lock you up. Yo, Joe, the thugs taking some. I'm like, yo, bro, I rap. I keep trying to tell it. Oh, I rap. But I don't sell. Oh, thugs, the guns, put them away. They're gonna come. They come in. 2 days later, the dude gets killed.
What's up,
They told me that he gets killed. On the newspaper, they had the FBI's #1 informant. The guy had a wire on. And was talking to me. They went and got their best one who could kill anybody talking to me to make me say, yo, I'm going to stash the truck. There was these...
Get the fuck out of here. I'm done with this nigga, yo. I'm done. This nigga, he died by quick. He just won't stop. Like, I'm done with this nigga, man. I ain't never watched another thing he said again. Hold up, yo. What's this one? The guy shot me.
When I got shot in real life, I got shot because this guy owed me $10 and I kept with him. Right. Meanwhile, I had 20, 30,000 cash in my pocket because we was hustling, getting big principle, money. Right. And I kept. Hey,
what the fuck, yo? This nigga said he got shot. Yeah, $30,000 in his pocket. And he pressed the nigga over 10 hours, nigga shot his ass. Yeah, that might be true, y'all. That might be the only true story you ever fucking told. That sounds about right. He should have got shot. You got fucking 30,000 in your pocket, press a nigga over 10 hours. Nigga should shoot your dumb ass, man. Hey, yo, look, I'm surprised he said that nigga. Next thing you know, he gonna say he got shot and ain't go to the hospital. The shit healed on his own. He ain't had to get no stitches. He had to do nothing. Nigga's Fat Joe, man. But let's talk about another bluffing ass nigga. Y'all know, if you're new to the channel, that's what we do, y'all. We expose bluffing motherfuckers. Yo, Fat Joe crazy, y'all. Like, Fat Joe is one of them guys that's ruining his legacy, man. He ruining it. I don't know why that should always do that.
Live, real nigga, but that never really had a crew. Pistoleros.
This is one of the wildest stories. I think out of all the stories we heard, this one is wild. And him robbing 70 kids, and they helped them. They helped them They helped them walk out there with the shit. I think they probably the wildest stories even told that we heard today.
She didn't have a crew. I had an army since I was in kindergarten, bro. I'm telling you. I got a story. He rest in peace. Julio Fuente, my barber for many years. He said I was 5 years old. I walked to his barber shop with 20 kids. And he said, he was like, yo, I can't cut your hair with these 20 kids. And he said that I told them all to go outside and wait for me. And they all went outside. And that's when my barber, Julio Fuentes, told me, I knew you were the leader.
Yo, this is crazy, yo. The fact that he can sit in front of you and tell these outrageous ass stories with a straight face, that shows his character for real. That shows his character. But we gotta talk about old Charlie, man. So Gilly responded back to Uncle Ruckus. I don't even like calling that nigga Uncle. I don't know. Well, we gotta start calling everybody Uncle. I know I say that a lot, yo, but we just throwing this Uncle word around too often, man. Charleston, why ain't no fucking Uncle?
I was the first one to ever join the military in my family.
They keep calling niggas Uncle. These niggas ain't respected enough to be called Uncle. You know it. Yep, you came in just in time, real. They ready to get on his ass. I told you if I was Gilly, I'd have got Charleston White touched. Told y'all earlier, Gilly is a hell of a guy, yo. Salute to Gilly, yo, for being a great man, because I couldn't be Gilly and be going through this shit with y'all. Nope, not me. I got. That's the fuck I got Charleston White. I got his ass whipped. Keep playing with me, nigga.
That's frustrated. Nick couldn't even get it off the shelf, man. What is we talking about, man? When you look at certain niggas, you like, man, them niggas ain't getting no tea growing up, man. How could you respect a nigga who couldn't get no tea growing up when tea is the easiest thing to get on planet Earth, man? There's bums out here that got bitches that's laying on the ground next to him. He can't get a job, no money, nothing to eat, but he got some tea laying next to him, man. Y'all gotta get y'all motherfucking mindset right, man. Y'all mentality right, man. Do you know a lot of times when you support hate, you really letting a motherfucker know that you really a nut ass, man. How you support a nigga whose whole foundation is built around hate? What type of nigga is you?
Yeah, you got a good point.
That you live in such a dark motherfucking place.
Yo, but see the way Gilly don't understand what's going on. The way Charleston White is able to do this is because he's hiding under this character shit. You feel me? He's hiding under this disguise of I'm a character. You know, and I told y'all when you play a character, you don't have to take accountability for anything you say. So that's how he's able to still garner support. Because you got people that repeat some of his talking points. Well, if you don't like him, why'd you listen to him? Or, you know, it's just words. or he says anything, yo, but it gets to a point, yo, when you can't just keep saying anything. And if you supporting a person that just say anything, then it's like, yo, what the fuck do that make you? Like, you really think this shit cool? Like, ain't nothing cool about no grown ass man. Just keep continuously disrespecting this man's child. I mean, this man lost somebody. But like I said, people only do what they allow you to do. And if I was Gilly, he wouldn't be doing that shit to me. you do that shit one time. You got one time to play that game, yo. It won't be another one. I promise you.
Wake up to hate on some. How could I ever hate?
Especially when I got the money. Especially when I got the money to get close to you. I mean, even if I got the money to get close to you, like he has, man, shit. That man wouldn't be able to do no shows. I'd have been like motherfucking what the Fed said Dirk was doing the Chrono Rondo on that, man.
No, man. I never met, man. The f is we talking about, man? And y'all niggas on nigga pages and mention. It's like, come on, man. Get y'all mindset right. This ain't even about me. This about you, man. Get your mindset right, man. That's why you niggas going nowhere fast and you'll never last, man. And like me can't be faded and duplicated, impersonated, none of that shit. Get your fucking mind right, man. You niggas is goofy, man. You be on the internet entertaining, hating shit when you don't even know how the fuck you gonna pay your fucking bills, man. You ain't even seen your motherfucking son in 2 months, man. Every other week you arguing with your man. Cause you like, damn, man, you only pull me out the man. When the f is you gonna give me some action, man? Think about that, man. And you won't hear mentioning that's, come on, man. How you know it again? Oh yeah, they said Nipsey Hussle that was dead that he didn't know. Come on, man. What are we talking about? You niggas gotta get your fucking minds right, man. Like, your baby mom somewhere right now getting a fucking spark plugs off her, man. And you on here talking about a mother that's what you talking about, man. Think about that, man.
They can tell it bothers
baby mom somewhere getting drilled while your son laying in the bed next to her, man.
I don't know what's the end game with Charleston White or how this shit gonna end. Yeah, but I can't imagine this shit being a storybook ending. You feel me? Like, I just can't, yo. Like, yo, he's sowing too much division. He's sowing too much hate. Yo, it's a shelf life on that. It's a shelf life on that. He been getting away with it for a long time, yo. And I ain't wishing nothing on him. I'm just saying I don't think that shit is sustainable. I don't think that shit is sustainable, man. Like, I don't know how that shit gonna end, but I don't think it's gonna end like how he probably think it's gonna end. Cause it gotta end eventually.
And you won't hear worrying about the wrong shit, man. Go get your son, man. Take care of your kids, man. Take your grandkids to Chuck E. Cheese or something, man. Do something productive, man. Think about it, man. And I know this talk right here hurting a lot of his feelings that's looking at this shit. It ain't meant to hurt your feelings. It's meant to motivate you. Like you did, that right, man. I need to get my life together, man. This shit got me in the Russian headlock, man. Just think about that. Life got you in the headlock. Your Russian joint. Speaking Russian, Easy's on, but he wore an Adidas sweatpants every 5 years, man. Wallow gave you the blueprint, man. He showed you how you could win if you just stay focused, man. You wore Adidas sweatpants, man, every motherfucking day for 5 years, man.
Yeah, yo, Gilly a hell of a guy, yo. Salute to Gilly, yo. You can tell it bothers him, but shit, fuck that. I crack on motherfuckers. I got into it with Aunt Glizzy and I done had back and forth with Turk, Rilo, all type of shit. Yo, but certain certain things, yo, you just don't supposed to say, yo. You feel me? Even whenever I get into it with a person, I keep it with that person. You know what I mean? Like I ain't gonna go into a motherfucking family and girl and kids. Like, yo, that's overstepping the boundaries because I know if somebody do that with me, I'm gonna feel some type of way. Like I don't, you know what I mean, I don't, I don't know, yo. I just, salute to Gilly. That's all I can say for real. Salute to Gilly, man. You a hell of a guy, brother. Hold your head, my nigga. You know what I mean? You doing great things. 'Cause it couldn't be me. Nope. And I got money like that too, so I can get close to him. Shit. Fuck no. But now, this fuck boy. Yeah,
psychologist with a doctor.
He plays on it to get paid. Yo, Charleston White is a fucking. Yo, the man admitted that he didn't even have he ain't have an identity, yo. Like Charleston White is one of them people that been searching for identity his whole life. You know what I mean? His whole life he wanted to be down. That's who he is, yo. And it's like a lot of these guys like that. It's like a lot of these guys on the internet was guys that wanted to be down their whole life. And now they got internet clout. And what they're doing is they're attacking the people that they really want to be accepted by. But they know they can never be accepted because they oddballs. So the only way to what's the word? The only way to I guess to get their get back is to attack these people. That's what Charleston White does, man. That's what DJ Academics does. That's what Poetic Flacco does. That's what a lot of these people do. 1090 Jake. It's a lot of them. Yeah, hell yeah. Salute to Gilly. I'm just saying, yo, I wouldn't, certain situations, yo. I know I be talking positive and making the right decision the first time. Yo, but certain situations, I don't, I would think it out, but I wouldn't let you get away with it. I ain't really into letting people just get away with shit. Like I told y'all that. Like I'm a firm believer in revenge. You feel me? And I ain't ready just to let you get away. No, fuck no. Now if not, like I said, he did it once. You did it twice. That's like the third or fourth time he done mentioned that man child. Yo, you can't get away with that no more. Can't get away with that no more. But like I was saying with these guys, Charleston White, he never had an identity, yo. He is enjoying this. He got attention. You know what I mean? He like a child. Charleston White is like a child that grew up without attention, like a disobedient child. Even whipping their ass, they'd be cool with it. They as long as they got your attention, they don't matter if it's an ass whipping or a motherfucking trip to motherfucking Chuck E. Cheese. They happy either way because all they wanted is attention. That's what Charleston White is, yo. All he wanted is attention. It don't matter if it's negative, positive. He just wanted attention. It's just fucking. You just don't typically see that from a guy of his age. You know what I mean? Like, for him to be the age that he's at, it's like, God damn, bro, you still attention seeking, like you still seeking validation and want to be noticed and want to be seen, but it ain't even for the right things. It ain't even for the right things. Like, listen to this guy. He's talking about Umar Johnson begging for money. Look at this nigga, man. Like, we gotta get better at uplifting the right people, y'all. I gotta get my charger.
In front of his name, out begging before the world.
Take a fade, ain't nothing but a fade.
Sweet the pie.
This ain't gonna hurt not one bit. Hit that like button. Just do it.
They don't know. Stop talking. Stop trying to explain to poor black people what racism is. They get prejudice confused with racism. Yeah. They don't know capitalism supersedes racism. Consumerism. No, not that part. I don't like that bump me up. I bump me up. Yeah, that will bump me up. They get capitalism and consumerism construed with racism.
Consumerism. What the fuck is
Racism
that
is a
even
thing of
word?
the past. Capitalism rules.
It said racism a thing of the past. Yeah, that's why I say it's crazy him and Gilly not close friends. I think if they was to ever get past this, they'd realize they got a lot in common because Gilly talked that same dumbass shit for real.
Consumerism rules. That's why they say the American consumer. They don't call you the American black citizen. They say everybody is listed as American consumer. Consumerism, capitalism has superseded racism. Dr. Umar needs a 9 to 5. He need a white bitch, nigga. Everybody know that white bitch go get it and come back with, nigga. You know how to put some pimping and some macking down. That's why I say white is right, nigga. And I'm talking about Charleston white. That's why I tell him all that preaching about don't sleep with a white woman. Do you think a white woman will have her king that's a psychologist with a doctor in front of his name out begging before the world, looking like he ain't bathed in a few days? Looking musty like that.
He's a scammer. It ain't got nothing to do with him having a white woman or a black woman. Umar Johnson probably loves white women. Now, thinking back on it, yeah, I mean, Umar Johnson fuck around prefers white women. You know, you never know. Like, I don't believe anything he ever said now. But him begging ain't got nothing to do with him dealing with white women or black women. He's just a fucking scam artist.
Israel, he got himself a king, and he says, you mean to tell me these sisters and these queens got the king out begging? Come on, King Dr. Farbar Fuquay from Jaffa Jiffy, Africa, from far away. You ain't got no business begging. Sell that nigga. I'm right there. It's a punk laying right now. About that Umar. It's a punk right now. Put the camera somewhere and it get you out of this rut right now. Dr. Umar, I'm just saying, find your white one. Look like the sisters have abandoned. Ain't no bitch I'm whispering her ear saying a thing too. Better not have me going on live hollering about they done froze my cash out. Nigga, you going digital currency? Get out of Africa, come back to America. Every nigga in America know we got to have some cash in his motherfucking pocket. That's why you fat girl that you say a thing. When you got money, you ain't complaining about no bitch you don't about a thing. That let me know, nigga, you doing something. Are you smoking, nigga? You get high. Don't tell me you can't tune it around this. How in the you, Dr. Umar Johnson, you doing all these goddamn, ain't nobody paying you in cash, nigga. It's something to this shit. Everybody know you ain't digitally paying for it, because that's a footprint for them. I'm calling bullshit. You would never ever. That's why I made it my business. When I started my 501c3, I was not gonna be a beggar because I had.
I don't. That's not even what I'm looking for. Listen to this shit. Hold up. Let's stick to the clown ass shit. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you new, y'all. I actually was looking for this. I guess it's the same live.
Y'all came along and said he was racist, but I grew up with Hulk Hogan. I never known for him to be racist. And I don't want my daughter fucking no nigga. I can't be mad at Hulk Hogan, because he don't want no big dick nigga pushing that large log off in his girl, stretching her pussy out, only to leave her as a single mother to come back to a white man with a stretched out pussy. You can't be mad at Hulk at that. I hope my daughter go get her.
Listen to this nigga, yo. Like, that's all he does is push stereotypes. So I guess Hulk Hogan name came up. And, you know, Hulk Hogan said he ain't want his daughter dating no black man. Charles White said, I don't want my daughter dating a black man either. It's like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga, man? Like, I just don't be understand. I don't know, yo. I couldn't even cut his hair. Like, oh, nigga, yo, people don't be standing on nothing. Yo, if he'd have been doing live and I was the barber, I'd have stopped cutting his hair, man. Like, yo, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, you sound fucking stupid, my nigga. But people don't care.
Breed kid. I hope you don't get no full black man. Am I racist? Yeah, I don't like most black people. I swear to God, I don't. I didn't go to school with you. My mama, I didn't grow up in the ghetto, by the way. I'm a true seed of Dr. King's American Dream. A nigga get to go cross the racetracks and hold hands with white people. I ain't like you niggas. I ain't mad at white people about a motherfucking thing. 99 to 100% of white people never owned a slave that's alive today. So fuck y'all mad for. Fuck y'all mad for. 99 to 100% of white people alive today never owned slaves. And back then, only a small portion of white people owned slaves. I love Hulk Hogan. Yeah, you'll be mad at all white people, nigga. Because they got hired as the supervisor to oversee the nigga.
Hey, no. You can blame him for saying it. He can feel what the fuck you want to feel. But you can blame him for saying it. You pushing stereotypes. You know, certain things are better left unsaid. Yo, you don't hear, yo, you know, there's Jewish people that don't like other Jews. But you don't continuously see them going on platform after platform after platform, going live, disrespecting their race or disrespecting their religion. You don't see it. It's not true. What did he, all right, AB Mess, what did he say that was true? What did he say that was true? Because everybody do that when we talk about these guys. I'm saying what he said was facts. What did he say that was facts? Let me run it back. When you spot the truth, comment so I can stop it.
Yeah, y'all came along and said he was racist, but I grew up with Hulk Hogan. I never known for him to be racist. And I don't want my daughter fucking no nigga. I can't be mad at Hulk Hogan because he don't want no big dick nigga pushing that large log off of this girl, stretching her pussy out. I want to leave her as a single mother to come back to a white man with a stretched out pussy. You can't be mad at Hulk at that. I hope my daughter go get a mixed breed.
Yo, black men take care of their kids, B-Mess. Black men are fathers to their children, man. It's not the 80s. It's not the 80s, man. And it's not the 90s. And it was a reason why it was like that in the 80s and the 90s. Why is he in 2025? Why is he still pushing false narratives that black men get women pregnant and abandon them? Yeah, that's weird in itself. Yo, the CDC did a report and said black men are the most involved in their children's life. If you want to believe the CDC. Hold up, you B-Mess. Oh, yeah, we got. Yo, but what age range? See, this is what y'all not understanding. What age range is this? I ain't talking about back in the day. It was a reason back in the day why black men wasn't around. It was a whole playground. I'm talking about in 2025, current day. I see black men pushing strollers. I see black men with their kids on backpacks behind them. I see black men. I got 2 black boys right now upstairs. I see black men being fucking single fathers. What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? So what the fuck do y'all see? And more than likely, y'all not even a part of the community. But from the outside, what do y'all see that I don't see from the inside? Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Show us proof of what? You must be new here. Show you proof of what? I got every single one of my homeboys. I can think of 1, 2. I got every single one of my homeboys are active fathers. Every single one. And every single one of them grew up without a father. Think about that. Every single one of them grew up without a father. And every single one of them is active fathers. Charleston White is still pushing things that ain't true no more. That narrative that black men don't father their children is a fucking lie. I ain't lying about shit. Oh, y'all must be new. Hey, Curtis, you ain't hear what I just said? I grew up, my father wasn't around. Most kids, most black, I ain't gonna say most, a large percentage of black kids born in the 80s grew up without fathers around. But it ain't like that in 2010s. It's not the same no more. Yeah, it's no, you always gonna have a situation between men and women. That's in any community, but it's not as bad as it was back when we was growing up. And the reason why it was like that when we was growing up is because you had mass incarceration, you had the crack epidemic, you had the welfare program telling the women that you gotta either pick the man or the program. No, they just talking stupid. Yeah, I am gonna tell you that. Because I know that for certain. No, yo, that ain't no troll. Because it's people that believe that, man. It's people that believe that. Come on, what he said is the truth. And this is why Charleston White is dangerous. This is why I be saying Charleston White is dangerous. This is why I be telling y'all that Charleston White core support system isn't black people. So for the black guys that, I'm from Baltimore, man. So for the black guys that follow y'all and think that he got a message, just know that read the comments and look at what you fucking supporting. Look at what you supporting. You got people on the outside of the community think he says the truth. And this nigga's a fucking known liar. Y'all got pictures with my kids from the time they was born all the way up until now. My homeboys are all day one fathers. Every single one of them. He a police. Talking about he fucking telling the truth. No, the fuck he ain't. Y'all just want to believe a lie. You know, it's easier to believe a lie, y'all. Especially when you've been told that lie for years. LeBron James, I don't do none of that shit you said. I don't drink soda. I don't eat fried chicken. None of that shit. So what the fuck is you talking about? y'all really that fucking stupid. I ain't gonna clip him. He's just dumb. You know what I mean? Like, keep believing these dumbass stereotypes, man. See, that's why I always tell y'all, perception is reality, and we got to get a better job of controlling the narrative. But what happens is they give us Charleston Whites, they give us Umar Johnson, they give us these guys, and they put them to the top of the algorithm, so their voice is the loudest. Meanwhile, they ain't saying nothing of value. They ain't saying nothing of value. All they doing is creating more division. That's all they doing. And they're creating division by lying. I do got a point with the new age. Yo, I'm 100% know I got a point. I'm not, this ain't my, this is what I see. Yo, when you go outside your door, nowadays, you see black men pushing strollers. You didn't see that in the 80s and the 90s. You didn't see that. You see black men with their kids at the park. You see black men every motherfucking way with their kids, man. So why is it that in 2025, you got bitch ass niggas like Charleston White still pushing that shit to his fan base that's a large percentage of them don't like black people? Well, you know, B mess. You can't tell me nothing about the black community. All you need to do is listen. So that's all you can do is listen. Because you don't know.
kid. I hope she don't get no full black man. Am I racist? Yeah, I don't like most black people. I swear to God, I don't. I didn't go to school with you. My mama, I didn't grow up in the ghetto, by the way. I'm a true seed of Dr. King's American Dream. A nigga get to go across the racetracks and hold hands with white people. I ain't like you niggas. I ain't mad at white people about a motherfucking thing. 99 to 100% of white people never owned a slave. That's a lie.
So what happened to nigga nation? And white people, I don't support that either, LeBron James. All you get is you probably ain't got not one black person around you, yo. You saying a whole bunch of shit that's nonsense. Yo, black people didn't support Black Lives Matter. Know who did? Hey, LeBron James, you know who supported Black Lives Matter? White America. You dumbass. Black Lives Matter, what no black rad organization? That shit was the gay rights movement perpetuated through white people.
Even the black supervisor put the whip on the nigga. So how you gonna be mad at the white boy supervisor cracking the whip when mouse are gone? Supervisor on the job do the same thing when the manager leave. Nigga, he play like he the manager and mistreat all the other workers he don't like. So I want to hear shit. Nigga, Hulk Hogan is a legend. And don't nobody want their daughter fucking a nigga but a project bitch. They don't want it happen. And Hulk Hogan didn't say nigga. He said if she's gonna fuck a black guy, I hope she fuck an NBA nigga. And I would now love for my daughter to go get a rich NBA nigga. But don't nobody want no broke nigga pushing no big good dick off in their daughter. That dick good and big, and he ain't got no
nigga. Wow, man.
Yeah. They don't know capitalism supersedes racism. Racism is a thing of the past. Capitalism rules. Consumerism rules. That's why they say the American consumer. They don't call you the American black citizen.
He's gonna get a rude awakening one of these days. They gonna fuck him over, you know. See, Charleston White, one of them guys that think he in. You know what I mean? And all the guys, we see this all the time. All the black guys who think they in get a rude awakening before it's all said and done, man. Diddy thought he was in. You feel me? Like, yo, you ain't never in, man. No matter how far you in, you always got 1 foot out. Remember that. Right, Steph. Right, Stefan. Now, why the fuck they blocking all the messages? Yeah, Black Lives Matter was a scam, man. Yeah, he wild as shit. Black Lives Matter was a scam. That shit was one of the biggest scams ever. And that shit was not supported by black people. It wasn't. Go back and look at the rallies. Go back and look up a Black Lives Matter rally and see what the fuck you see in the crowd. Shit with the motherfucking black people out there, bitch. That shit was happening in Minnesota. You know the black population in Minnesota? Where was it? Minnesota and what was the other city? Another city that had a very small black population. That shit wasn't black people, man. Y'all just so fucking stupid. Y'all believe media. That's how y'all got tricked into believing. That's how y'all got tricked into believing stereotypes. You feel me? You got tricked into believing stereotypes. Meanwhile, you don't even know what the fuck really going on. Stupid ass nigga. That's why Charleston White is dangerous, yo. That's why I always gotta stay on his neck. That's why I always gotta speak about the fuck shit that he do, because he's detrimental and he's creating division and he's keeping us back. He's keeping us back. People really think that he talks the truth. Like, really believe this shit. Like, sit back and watch all his interviews. Like, oh my gosh, he's so honest. And that motherfucker is lying. He lying. He's saying anything. He making up shit. Like, hey, I don't see no truth in him, to be honest. I can't stand his ass. I really wanted to sit back and have a conversation with me, but he'd never do it because I fucking expose him. I expose him. Let's see who really telling the truth. I mean, for the people let's see who really telling the truth. Tell Charles White come over this bitch and have a conversation. Let's separate fact, you know, from fiction. Fact to fiction. Charles White been ducking me for 3 years. You just don't know. Y'all be thinking just because my page ain't big as others that don't know me. They don't. I did have conversations with Charles White. That man been ducking me for years on this internet. He had never stepped over here. He been in lines then. You know that. So all he do is sit back and make up stories and lie He's a whole rat. Y'all just been supporting snitching. Ain't nothing till he already exposed himself. Man's a whole fucking rat. Man told on his friends, man. Working with the federal government. White people don't like the federal government either. Why y'all support Charleston White? Y'all don't know he a Fed agent? Yeah, Curtis, because that's who supports it, y'all. Black people don't support no Black Lives Matter, man. We didn't support that shit. Yo, that because the Black Lives Matter movement wasn't a black movement. That shit was a gay rights movement. You know what I mean? Like, that shit wasn't never to advance black people. That shit was always to push gay rights, man. A lot of people caught on to that shit early. Some people caught on late. But that shit was never about black people. Ever. Still ain't. Still the gay rights movement. Mm-hmm. No, I don't even think it was that. It was the you know, because if you can garner, yo, they use black people to push agendas, yo, because black people are emotional and black people gonna fight. You know what I mean? So whenever you want a something pushed, the easiest way to do it is to push it through the black community, even if it don't serve the purpose of black people. But most people is ignorant to what's really going on. Look at the ignorance in the comments. These motherfuckers stupid. They just come up with a bunch of stereotypes that ain't even true. So it's easy to run plays through black people, man. Like it's an easy task to do. Man, I don't think Charleston White wasn't never in the streets. Charleston White is a fraud, man. He wasn't never in the streets. He didn't never go to prison. He did juvenile time. You know what I mean? Like he did juvenile time. He ain't never touched the system. And he been snitching. He working with the federal government, y'all. I don't know if it's CIA, military. He's not a character, Joe. He's not a character. Stop allowing these people to say they characters, man. No, you're not a character. You know, and if he is a character, that still defines who he is. You understand what I'm saying? You can't be, I couldn't be detrimental for profit. You know why? Because that puts my character into question. If I can say some of the wildest things that I don't even necessarily believe, you know, just to get a couple of dollars, then what do that say? Who do that say I am as a person? So, yo, you can't separate content from character. You can't do that. But that's what these guys, they try to sell you this idea of, you know, I told you I'm a character. Nah, bitch, you just a clown. Just a clown, man. That's it. That's all. Because I can't separate my character from my content, because your character defines your content. You understand what I'm saying? So if your content is detrimental, your content is disrespect, your content is pushing false narratives, then that puts your character into question. You get what I'm saying? That puts your character into question. Fat Joe, we just was talking about Fat Joe. I mean, Fat Joe presents himself like he the most ruthless thing that ever happened to New York. If you can get on camera and you can look at people and you can look straight in the camera and know that you possibly ready to talk to thousands of, if not millions of people, and you can say some of these things with a straight face, then yo, I got to question your character in real life, though, because can't no anybody just do that. You understand? I can't get up on this bitch and just look y'all and look at y'all how I'm looking at y'all and just give a blatant lie. Like when I say shit like, you know, we gonna get Tisa Tells into a freak off, I can do a straight face, but y'all know I'm lying. Yeah, man, y'all know I ain't got no sources that's gonna get Tisa Tells. I wish I did though. You know, it would be nice. You feel me? If my sources told me that we was going to get Tisa Tells to a freak off with Diddy, because I think she deserves it. But these people say these things and they're saying it with intent to convince you that this is true. And they're doing it with a straight face. Meanwhile, they know that they're lying. They just hope that you believe me. You get me? It's fucked up, y'all. There's some dirty people out here though. Yeah, we know. Yeah, I do got sources though, yo. Look, just because I admitted that I couldn't get Teacher Towers to a freak off, yo, don't take away my sources. You know, we still got legal sources. We still got sources close to the situation. And we still got anonymous sources. So we still got sources though, yo. So I ain't lie about that. Yeah, right. We still got legal sources, y'all. Straight up. Yeah, man, but I told y'all, yo, for the black people that still support Charleston White, just know what you really support, man. You feel me? Know that the other half of his support system don't support you. You know what I mean? That's what you really need to know, yo. For the black people that support Charleston White, just know that the other half of his support system don't even support you, but they support him. So now you got a question, how does that happen? How do I support this guy and they support this guy, but they don't even like me? Then you need to start reevaluating your support system and who you putting your trust and your faith in, and because that don't add up. Do it? Do that make sense? Do that make sense that two groups of people are supporting the same person, but this other group of people don't support you? Let me know. I mean, maybe I'm confused. Yeah, I don't think it do make sense. Yo, so have y'all seen this little Gumby dude? Yo, so they got another guy that comes up out of nowhere from the No Jumper federal platform, and now he's on everybody else. He's on every. Let me go to this, y'all. First, so Ray J explained the first time he ever explained the Whitney Houston situation. Now, a lot of people said Ray J sold Whitney Houston drugs and he was there when she died. And this is the first time he ever explained it.
Whitney. I was with Whitney every fucking day. She was one of the most important people to me. Niggas is saying that I was in the room when she died. Bro, that's the biggest cap I've ever heard. I've heard it since the beginning. But when you know the truth, why do you have to jump out there and try to tell it to everybody? So I didn't care about what people were saying at first.
But I think it's important that you use this platform, because one of the things that I was going to hit on is, number one, you mentioned murder, right?
That's, if you look on all my comments,
yes,
every time I go live, anything, you kill Whitney.
Okay.
That happens in spam.
Now speak your truth on that.
Here's the truth. Just, it's not my truth.
Thank you.
It's
yo.
just certain
I'm
times
glad
when narratives are
that,
going to the moon.
I'm glad he said that, yo. Like, can men? I don't give a fuck what the women do. Yo, but can men stop saying, yo, your truth? Like, yo, that just sounds so feminine to me, yo. Like, it's only one truth. Like, everybody don't got their own truth, man. Like, that shit got to stop. Yeah, that shit got to stop, yo. It's only one truth, yo.
That's not true. Everybody has you have to go and you have to shut certain things down.
Right.
The way they made that scene is so haunting to me. Here's why. I wasn't even there. I was nowhere around.
Where were you?
I was in San Diego doing a show.
Okay.
The Clive Davis event was the next day. We were going to go there together. And we were going to fucking really make the announcement that, like, you know what I'm saying? We was fucking around. And that we were locked in.
So y'all had a real relationship.
1,000%, bro.
The real emotions.
Bro, that was my people, bro.
And bro, this funky Friday, ladies and gentlemen, where we keep it 100.
I barely speak on Whitney. She's Whitney Houston.
Yes.
That's Whitney Houston, but she's Whitney to me, right? And to me, it's just so distasteful for somebody to tell somebody something that the other person can't respond to.
Right.
To me, it's unfair. So I've always just never said nothing. But now that this shit's going everywhere, like, bro, it's just fucking hurtful, bro. Like, when I got back to the hotel, they did not let me up at first. until everything was cleared and it was just the family. That's when I was able to go upstairs and see the family. This is you talking like late at night. When I pull up, I got my shoes. I'm ready to go to the event. I just talked to her on the phone. She's not there no more. It's over. Like, and Ray, who is her bodyguard, he found her. And he called me. CNN says Ray J found her. And then 10 minutes later, like, oh no, Ray, her bodyguard. That shit's 10 minutes later, bro.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That, yo.
So,
there's a innocence with
like once you put the information out there, you can't take that shit back. You know what I mean? So if that's how it happened, that was down bad for saying that. Because the odds is the people that seen that initial video ain't even see the other video that said, no, we ain't talking Ray J, we talking Ray the bodyguard.
Jumping to conclusion, and you can kind of see why. Obviously, there's similarities in names, but that was not you.
I was nowhere to be found. Right. And I hate talking about it because I got so much love for her. I've never seen her in that state. Yeah. Like they never. So to make me that person when I wasn't even there,
it was a tragedy.
And then to put murderer on top of that, but I just solely just got away with it.
Mm-hmm. But I think something that you shared with me that I think is important.
What the fuck do Cam Newton got on?
Especially with this to give perspective. Did you guys do drugs?
I've never done one drug with Whitney. And then when niggas ask me, did Whitney do drugs? I mean, you don't gotta, there's certain things you can ask me and I'll tell you about me. But you don't gotta ask the other question because you already fucking know, like, it's Whitney. Everybody knows certain answers. I could tell you about me. Like, I was so fucked up after that shit happened. I tried hard drugs for the first time after this shit happened because I was just like, I didn't know what was going on, bro. I was totally like in awe of it.
Did you ever witness her doing drugs?
Whitney?
Yes.
I don't want to talk about that because then it's like, I can never put it like this. I'm way younger, bro.
Mm-hmm.
She's in control, bro. I love Whitney. I was with Whitney.
Yeah. So that's Ray. That's the first time I think Ray J ever really spoke on that shit. If CNN did that, they is down bad. Yo, let me show you this Gumby nigga, man. Like, yo, Jumper just be putting some wild characters into the motherfucking atmosphere. So this guy Gumby was on No Jumper a couple weeks ago, trying to press Adam. But he don't press Adam for what Adam need to be pressed for. He pressed Adam for not interviewing no Hoovers. What the fuck? Like, why would you even want Hoovers to be interviewed when all these guys that fuck with Adam 22 and No Jumper end up catching fed cases?
Same old phone? Nah. Upgrade to the new Galaxy Z Fold 7.
They all catching fed cases.
For over 30 years, PetSmart Charity.
So now he's going on platform after platform after platform, ready to talk himself into a motherfucking RICO situation. So look at this title, y'all. Gumby on holding Boosie for ransom after his brother stole from him. Part 2. Yo, this is a wild ass title for one. The internet getting crazy, man. So this is a wild ass title. Holding them for ransom. Like, if I was yo, I'd have hit them like, yo, change the title, bro. What the fuck is this, man? Like, this is a crime. Yeah, he loose cannon part 2 for real, JB. He loose cannon. He gonna watch. He gonna see. And he owed the shit. Like, this man, like 85. Like, yo, you 85 years old. Just listen to him, y'all. Just listen to him.
Boosie. And just like he see him on TV, he him. He cocky. No, but see, he didn't understand. You're in the building with 200 hoes. And I'm Gumby over.
Right. Shit don't even make sense.
Ain't no Boosie bad at here. Gumby bad at over though. So
This man old as shit, man.
in his defense on Hova, he was outnumbered.
Hey, real tone, there's some real money in the room.
We basically, I'm saying, to carry on the concert. So when they got there, when the concert came, I was
Snitch by what?
I was upset. I felt like I was getting beat. I just felt like I was getting beat. Like that wasn't part of the contract. That didn't have anything to do with it. So I wanted to address the situation. Okay, and mind you, like I said
now,
before,
I meant to talk about this. So Adam brings him on the platform. Wack catches an attitude with the situation because he ain't like how he treated Adam. Then Adam brings another Hoover on the platform to disrespect him. I meant to Ben talk about that. Like, yo, at this point, they grown ass men. So if y'all don't mind being grown men and being crashed out by another grown man, then yo, do your thing. My issue with Adam is when he do that shit to the younger generation. Like, I don't give a fuck what he do to them. You feel me? You should fucking pose to know better. You old as shit. Ain't no fucking way you supposed to even went up there and did none of that shit knowing Adam play a dirty game. Yeah, Wack brought the other Hoover like I did Loose Cannon. And why so many people, like I watched the nigga, I watched the boy Snoopy Badass, right? And I you know what I mean? I watched Joe post that Wack talk about the biggest bloods on the internet. Had Snoopy Badass as number one. Or whatever number he had him as. Yo post that like that shit was like some type of accolade or like that shit was a trophy. That's like, yo, you cool? Like you want to get a vouch from Wack? Like, yo, that's really like praise to be vouched by Wack 100? Like, I don't know what's going on with people, yo, but I can't fuck with it. Like, I don't need Wack 100 to vouch for anything I do. Like, Wack 100 is a fucking police officer. It's obvious. Like, he can't vouch for me. Like, I don't need no cosign for no motherfucking Wack 100. If he was to ever cosign me, I wouldn't be like, yo, Snoop the Wack. I appreciate it. I probably say, man, keep my motherfucking name out your mouth, bitch. You feel me? That'd be my response. Like, I don't need you to vouch for me, nigga. Police ass nigga.
Saying this Apple Watch, I'm saying I hope you get better, sis, or game. I'm saying y'all say a prayer for the homegirl over though. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, there's a few different, I'm saying, artists and shit there, so
ignite the fairway
with Fireball.
Jiminy Cricket, you don't even have a club in your hand.
I needed to talk to Lil Boosie about my money. Because his manager is the one who's in control of his business. Now, the whole while I'm looking for him in the parking lot, I don't know this nigga, his mother Instagram going off. Lil Boosie, he going off over. Like, he want his back end. I had to ask somebody, what the fuck this nigga talking about his back end? I thought once I paid, like, I didn't know. So I'm naive to the whole little script. So they telling me what he's talking about, but that don't have anything to do with me. You're talking about Jay-Z and Live Nation and your back end. I don't know nothing about that. But I do know about your brother TQ stealing my mother money.
Look at this guy, yo.
On Hoover, we need to address that. So I proceeded to, first, mind you, on Hoover, this is a concert at the Riverside Amphitheater. I rented it out. All the police had to stay outside. All the rental cops, I went all around, gave them all $100 bills. I'm saying, period. We had the whole script. Now, mind you, this is a concert with Lil Boosie and 200 hoops. Plus the exaggerations in science. And I have a personal problem with this man. And it wasn't even a problem with Lil Boosie. It was a problem with his management, which is his
Yo,
brother
they
TQ.
need to put an age limit on gangbanging, yo. Like once you get to 40, yo, all right, all that on Hoover, that shit they need to put that shit in the handbook or something, yo, in the gang in their paperwork. Yo, once you pass 40, yo, stop screaming on game. You know what I mean? You can't do that shit no more, yo. We appreciate everything you brought to the game. You know, we'll never forget you. You gonna go down in the history books. But yo, move on with your life, bro. Like for real though. Like, yo, just move on with your life. Like, yo, you probably got grandkids. You may be even working on great grands. Like, yo, it is no reason why this man who is at least 50 is still putting everything on Hoover. Like, ain't no fucking way, yo. Yeah, you sit the fuck down somewhere, man.
I
You don't
heard
see
that he
Melvin
went on
Farmer
the
and them
stove with
doing
his
this.
artists and a gang of other money. But
It
Lil
should
Boosie
though,
would never even
JB.
knew what his
So
brother was up
motherfucker,
to. If his
everybody get a retirement party at 40, yo. Yo, see, that's why I need to be the head of a gang, man. We gonna do it the right way, yo. At 40, you get a retirement party, you get a pension. I mean, we gonna get you right, yo. We gonna send you out the right way. I mean, just don't come back to the hood though. You can't come back. Your hood pass is revoked. After you cross 40, your hood pass is revoked. We don't need to see you. You don't need to rep the gang. Just live your life, bro. You know what I mean? Let bygones be bygones, man.
brother didn't never steal from me.
He
On Hoover,
definitely
he stole
fit.
from me. And on West Side Hoover, I went the fuck for that mother on my money. It just so happened that his brother didn't come. So I had to deal with Lil Boosie. And just like he see him on TV, he cocky. Oh,
Yeah,
but
yo.
see,
Just
he didn't
fade
understand.
into the dark. Fade into the
In
shadows,
the building
man.
with 200 Hovers. And I'm Gumby Hover. Ain't no Boosie badass in here. Gumby badass.
Yeah, this thing is crazy, yo. He going for you end up getting yourself indicted, yo.
In his defense on Hoover, he was outnumbered. We're in the green room. It's Boosie, it's two bitch, his stunner from Vegas, his bodyguard from Grape Street, and I think like the road manager. Yeah, on Hoover, that's the nigga, the road manager. I told that nigga to be in my eyes again, bitch, slap the shit out you on Hoover. Like, it went bad because he's mad at Jay-Z now. I ain't never met Jay-Z before. I'm from Hoover. I'm off Cold in the Fig, nigga. I don't know none of these people you talking about. But your brother just made me pay $7,500 more dollars out of my budget. I need to holler at Groove. So he doing the whole Boosie shit. And I understand that I approach him. What's up, bro? Hoover, I'm gonna be out through the concert for you. I don't want to hear all that shit. I need my back end. I don't understand what he talking. What he talking about back end? I approach him again. Over Boosie, listen. Wait, bro, listen. You know what I'm saying? I just got out of prison. I explained my whole situation to him again.
He probably
He
is,
shut me
bro.
off again.
He mad at the Boosie fade. That's what it is. He don't want to copy. You know what I mean? That fade he got, I don't even know what the fuck you call that. That shit weak as a bitch. He probably mad that Boosie got the Boosie fade and he resorted to that. And he don't want to saying like he dick riding or he biting. So he just got this wild ass story about trying to press Boosie about some money that he didn't even fucking get. They still ain't get the money. Old ass, they go sit the fuck down, man. Somebody who is OG? His ass probably need a DP too. Hey, whoever is OG need to get his ass off the fucking internet, man. Go back into the retirement, my nigga. Your kids need you. Grandkids probably ain't seen you in months. Go pick your grandkids up, man. Take them to the park.
I'm sorry. They shot me, you know what I'm saying? He shut me off again. And, you know,
Yo, why you got that big ass blunt?
at that point, I kind of like got upset because it was a miscommunication. Like, me and Groove ain't got no issue. I'm looking for the nigga to throw my hoes, and you interfering. And it kind of like,
Yeah, he probably is.
see, I ain't no bitch. I got the whole recording. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna send it a little bit to you, I'm gonna send a little bit to you. Oh, so I ain't no bitch. You know what I mean? He was a real nigga. Was in a bad situation. That's why he went on and fired the bitch Q Hoover that night. He said, book me at Boosie.com. Some real nigga shit. But at the end of the day, on Hoover though, when Groove was allowed to leave up out of the room, said, and how that actually played out was that I explained to him.
Yeah, Boosie probably bitched him. Yeah, it sounds like Boosie really bitched him for real. That's what it sounds like. Boosie probably, man, get your old ass up my motherfucking face. Nigga probably slap your funny looking ass and walked out. But now he's saying Boosie was allowed to leave. But listen to when Real Tune asked him, you say he was allowed to leave? Watch how he don't be able to explain it.
Brother had stole from you. And I showed him the bank account and I explained to him what happened. And he agreed that he never received that money. You know, saying that his brother TQ was on some fat shit and me and him was gonna do business. So if you see the footage from the concert, me and Lil Boosie went out and did a whole duo. Over. Guy said, but at the end of the day, our business is still not finished. Over. I lost $52,000 in that concert, and I need my money from TQ, Lil Boosie. What's the nigga name? Blue Contrail. What's the nigga name? Blue Contrail. No, that's the bitch that was in the nasty work we used to see in the fucking head. What's the nigga name? Young Blue.
Yo, did you ever spark that blunt? Is that the same blunt he had on No Jumper?
I need my bread.
Is this nigga walking around with a stale blunt? Yo, that's the same blunt he had on No Jumper, y'all. I don't even think he smoked. You know, I guess this is part of his thing. You know, I'm walking around with a foot long blunt that I ain't never gonna spark. It just look cool. Like, yo, sit your old ass down, bro. Like, I'm about sick of these old niggas, man. And I ain't even young, but I ain't old as these niggas. And I can't be this. I would never be this age, acting like this on the internet.
I don't give a fuck.
Meet Asana, a work management platform that helps companies get more done.
Yeah, I see. You know, that's the world we live in. Yeah, that bitch, at this point, that motherfucker incense. That nigga walk around with an incense on the interviews. Big ass incense that he don't never smoke. He just burn it. Motherfucker sage in that bitch. Nigga trying to bless the room.
So the situation with Lil Boosie.
That nigga walk around with a sage blood.
I'm hoping I feel I'm owed something. I hope any nigga that show you that your brother is stealing from you and I lose out the contract. First off, they didn't even do no promo drops for the concert or nothing. Y'all whole team was bull from the beginning. Like, I need my Hoovers. I need my Hoovers, bro. I need my Hooves, bro. I need my money. Lil Boosie. What's the name? Blue.
Yo, he's never getting that money,
TQ
yo.
especially, by way of you. Like, I don't know what type of business y'all did. Like, see, they thought that I was a drug dealer. They thought I was just a nobody on Hoover. Like, I'm not even him, bro. I need my Hoovers from whoever that's got my money. Lil Boosie. What's his name? The other TQ. Oh, that's who I was really looking for. Because, see, not only did he fuck with his brother, he fucked with me, too. I need my fuck money.
Hey, I get this fuck out of here.
So you said earlier that he wasn't allowed to leave,
shit, yo.
or when he. No, you didn't say he wasn't allowed to leave. You said when he was allowed to leave. Like, does that mean he wasn't allowed to leave? And does he know he wasn't allowed to leave?
He can't explain it.
Listen, the craziest thing about it is that Boosie is from Louisiana, right? And I'm from Louisiana. Like, I got one of the biggest families in Louisiana. My father was one of the first black police officers in Louisiana.
God. And you're a fucking gangbanger. Get this nigga out my fucking screen. I'm about sick of the internet, yo. I'm ready to take a hiatus. Like, yo, where would the internet be without keeping G News? Yo, we need some type of balance. You know what I mean? I bring balance to the internet, yo. You know what I mean? If I wasn't on the internet, this bitch would be lopsided. Because, yo, these guys, they got to be called out, yo. And this is like, I'm the only person doing that shit for the most part. Like, I don't spare nobody. Like, fuck that. Umar Johnson, Gilly, Charleston, White, whoever jumps out of line and need to be called out. If you want to get a perspective, come on to Keep It G News. I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about them niggas. For real. Talk about he gonna get a RICO served and blame everybody else. Yeah, he gonna be on there, old ass. It's gonna be called the old man Rico. You know how they had the drawers down? They gonna hit him with the old head Rico. You know how they be making the little names and shit? Like his old ass up for being stupid. Stupid old nigga. Yeah, I see that. I seen Wack the police. You ain't no Wack the police, man. Yeah, because everybody know the police is on the internet. So if you speaking on crimes and implicating people, you the police. Either it's directly or indirectly. Yeah, Boosie got a whole case, man. Boosie better not even say. I don't think he gonna respond. Boosie probably looked at that nigga and laughed. Shit probably never happened. You know what I mean? You never know these niggas. See what Fat Joe did. See what Fat Joe did. Hey, yo, but we ready to end this live, y'all. I appreciate everybody that tapped. And make sure y'all share the live, yo. We gotta start sharing the lives, y'all. It's mandatory, y'all. And don't forget, I gotta say this on every live, yo. We took a page out of Umar Johnson book. We found out that Umar Johnson wanted our grit money, and black people spend $20 million on grits. I found out that black people spend $30 million on General Mills. And if you donate that money to me, like Umar say, you donate that money to me, I'm putting rec programs in every city across America. And I want to serve you money, man. We take it. Anybody that cash app the platform, you gotta say, oh, this is my serve you money, man. We grabbing donations. We need to serve you money for a month. And all donations is going towards rec programs. Oh, matter of fact, let me show y'all this. Hold up. One of my people sent it. So a couple days ago, Umar Johnson showed a tour of his school. You know, the process. You know, how far they came. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? It's the last thing she sent me. Last thing they sent me, I mean. I don't see it. Umar Johnson might have blocked me, y'all. Let's see. No, he ain't blocked me. There you go. It's probably an old video. You know what I mean? Probably a recycled video. Probably did this shit. May have been 2-3 years ago. He just decided. May have been holding on to it for a rainy day. Decided to re-upload it. Yo, but the people in the comments is still slow. Like at this point, yo, if you want to be dumb and you think Umar Johnson is opening this school and it's going to be beneficial to black boys, I said at the very least he could open a gym. You know what I mean? At the very least, yo, I would be cool with Umar Johnson opening the gym for the rest of the year.
It's 4 times the size of this here. They both one level. But that is 4 times the size. We got 4 bathrooms in here. We might got 16 over there.
Check them out, yo.
Just step on in, y'all. This is the office here. And we got 3 small spots in there. Go ahead and click that light on. Now, one of them would have been nice for the studio too, but that's the main office. Unless I make one of the classrooms. But I think I keep it here. It's nice. But you said any one of them could do it though, right? Yeah.
So eventually, y'all, it's gonna happen eventually, y'all. The school gonna end up burning down, y'all. You know what I mean? I think that's where we're headed to. You know, the school catching on fire. You know, maybe a storm in Delaware. I mean, something's gonna happen, yo, where it's gonna get pushed back another 15 to 20 years. I told y'all the other day, y'all, it might be his dying declaration to open the school up. You know, when Umar Johnson reached 70 or 80, That might be his last final request. I want to open up FDMG, yo, and then our great grandkids is gonna be able to, it's gonna be able to reap the benefits of Umar Johnson hard work. The account's frozen. Next thing you know, the school gonna catch on fire, yo. Watch. That's his next move, yo. Just getting y'all.
I keep that in mind. Okay. I got you. All done? Did you need to bleed it like you said to get the water out?
Yeah, I got my hand all wet.
Hey, yo, what you mean? Yo, we donated over $1 million to his ass. Like, how much support do we need? God damn, Umar. Like, yo, Umar Johnson done got over $1 million in donations. At least 1.6 million. Yo, it don't take 7-8 years to open a school, yo. It don't take that. Umar Johnson could have took that 1.6 million to the bank with a business plan, and they'd whatever he needed after that, they'd have gave that shit to him. This man bluffing, man. He's not opening the school, Marquis. It's not happening. You know, it was he sold us a dream, yo. Martin Luther King. Umar Johnson is Martin Luther King, man. Yeah, he sold us a dream that more than likely is never gonna come into fruition. At least not in our lifetime. You know, maybe like I said, maybe our grandkids can do it. Yeah, what he's doing is he's making little small renovations and doing little things to prolong the process. So it looks like, you know, I'm still working. Yeah, but he's not. It don't take this long, yo. Yo, I done watched motherfucking big ass buildings be built in motherfucking months. You know what I mean? In months. I done watched whole complexes be built in years. Yo, it don't take 7 years to build a fucking school, man. Man, when they took Uplands down, Uplands is back up in probably four years. And that's multiple units.
Yeah, so everything's good. Yeah, okay. Just let them do. Okay. So yeah, in the summertime, you know, we turn back on, so just run for a little bit and check out.
Okay. So up here, just take a look at the classrooms. They're all basically the same size. As you can see, nice space. We took the whole carpet off the floor. So most of these floors are going to be retiled. Some of them are going to be recarpeted. These 3 classrooms in a row that you see, including the one you're standing in, one is going to be a parent visitor center. Another one is going to be a student activity room. And the third one is probably going to be a library. These 3 are going to be more multi-purpose, not instructional. Instructional is going to be a long haul, but we don't want the kids so close to the property. So let's say you're a parent, you're picking your kid up, and you got 2 outlets, want to chill, you have a TV in there, refrigerator with some water, a nice couch, you know, parent business center. So I wanted to be a little bit.
Right, yo, that shit don't take that long, man.
Straight down the hall that way. This way, black man. It's looking at you. See that room looking at you? Yep. Right there. The other thing,
They get you to learn in the house.
Stretch it over down. Now, I was thinking about making this my office and conference room. I'm thinking about making that and this. One will be my office and the one will be a conference room. Let's say I gotta have a meeting. This is what I'm thinking because we have an exit on the side. So I figured nobody can get past me. You see what I'm saying? So I was thinking about it. Plus it's kind of loud in the hallway. My visitors aren't bothered by that. I did want my office a little larger, but I can live with it.
Honestly, my personal
Uplands Apartments, man. In Baltimore. Cost $53 million. $53 million project consists of 150 1 to 2 3-bedroom apartments throughout 10 buildings. Yo, we talking about 150 apartments. Yo, we talking about he got one building, man. He got one building. He got more. He had more than enough money, yo, to get that shit up and running, man. Hey, that shit gonna be. I'm telling you, 8 more years. Mysteriously, he gonna blame it on white folks. He gonna blame it on white folks. He gonna say he was almost finished. Well, earlier this year, he said that it should be done before the end of the year. Well, he's running out of time. It's only how many more months left to the end of the year. But what's gonna happen is he's gonna blame it on the establishment. People don't want to see him shine. White folks going against him, and it's gonna catch fire, man.
So I had my office at my place. To my house, I had like a section of block. I could see lights. I think there's more on the wall. So that's not wall. But it's like more, it's smaller. I was like, and I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like the truck. Okay. But when I did it, I found myself really comfortable. So a small office.
I see what you said, less distracted.
Yes.
You have more going on. The bigger it is, the more you put it in there. Yeah.
Look out the window.
I got you. This is male bathroom right there. Water fountain. But you know, we probably gonna get water brought in. The girls' bathroom. We gotta get the doors fixed because they broke, you know. Computer room. Now you see the offices, the classrooms are kind of large. But I'm not ruling out making one of them in the studio now. But y'all saying y'all don't need that much space for that.
Nah, y'all need to.
The studio.
The bigger the studio, the more money you're gonna have.
So let me ask you this. Could a studio partner with somebody? Like what would be something that wouldn't really broadcasting, podcasting,
all kinds of stuff.
That's too. A lot of sad stories. Now let me ask y'all, this is too small. Is this the same size? I was thinking about this, but I know this is too small. That's it. It ain't gotta be though. I might put this too small for the sound, right? Okay.
For the sound?
Yeah. Too small.
I mean, like you got this bathroom?
Yeah, talk to me. So you saying this space right here, you can do the engineering in the booth.
Yeah, but what are they doing with it, DMR? Like, yo, what's going on, y'all? Do you see is the people out there working? How often are there workers out there, man? You know, typically, yo, when you see things getting worked on, they out that bitch every day. You hear me? They out that bitch every day until they get that motherfucker up and running. How often? When the last time you drove past that? Is there construction going on? Like, what's the status, yo? DMR, you gotta give us the status on what's going on, man. Like, what's up? Like, where they at in it? The last time you rolled past, was it anybody out there working? Was there some people out there putting it together? Laying down, doing brickwork, you know what I mean? Laying down floor, tile, like what they was doing, yo, like. That man got $1.6 million, man, at the very least. That's just what he reported. They don't tell him what he really got. He probably gonna add another 1.6. He ain't gonna be no work. You probably add another 1.6 or the tail end of that. Nigga probably really got 3.2 million. You know what I mean? Umar Johnson been scamming, man. Man, hella people open the school, yo. Like, it don't take that long, yo. He been doing this shit for 15 years. All he do is go live there. Yeah, man. Every now and then, you might catch Umar Johnson sitting on the steps live. Yeah, man. He might get somebody to come there and sweep up. He might get somebody to come there and sweep up. Yeah, man. Make it seem like some work getting done. Go live, show the people. Yeah, I got my guys out here. They, you know, they doing electrical work the whole time. They ain't doing none of that. They really just sweeping. Got a little dusty, you know. Ain't nobody been in that bitch in months. Yeah, they go there and sweep up and shit, you know. Move a table around or something. Yo, but make sure I hit that like button, yo. Make sure I share it live. I'm ready to take my ass to bed. I gotta go to work tomorrow. It's another day. Keep it G News. So he probably ain't do no renovating work. Man, he is. They working overtime. Got a lot of these plant niggas. Gotta get rid of them. But it's another day. Keep it G News, and I'm out.